abolitionist with the vision gift, seeing the deliverance from the ignorance, cognitive dissonance. The future I envision this. On and off the mic, I speak right like this is what the mission is. I know the wisdom biz and overstand like who know and bear that witnesses. I am the power refined, God man. Equity too high to equal the caveman. God's son, true builder of the land. Destroyer of the demons, I'm a poppin' where they stand. Word of biz, born exposing, oppose a plan. It's Deacon Benny, microphone Jones with a forced hand. The next level cipher writer, spark the minds, I light the fire. Call me Mr. Mystifier, I'm used to gift to lift us higher. With the frequency that frequently fit, inspire. Elders and young thugs that do what they do, where they do what they thumbs. They lazy, they think we dumb. We put the work in system that a system to be known. Make them good Christians, but don't link them to where they from. So I write rhymes with them ancient guidelines. I fight crime sitting on the sidelines. But when they got the blind eyes, I just treat them like they dumb.
When knowledge get done, unified we're one. The race we run, before they shot them gun.
Do the knowledge.
When knowledge gets done, unified we won. The race we run, before they shot them gun.
To the knowledge.
Walk with me, twist your loud, get your double shots of yak. Sit down, have a talk with me. I'm from an era where certain shit just couldn't fly. You tell another man suck your dick, you might die. These new dudes got it confused, thinking it's a game, until somebody hitting at they ass, bringing the pain. But that's the plan, they want us to kill ourselves. Our existence is up to us, no one else is responsible for raising our daughters and the queens, and our sons and the kings, teaching them everything about necessary tools we need to use for survival. It's way bigger than reading Qurans or the Bible. That's gonna go over the heads of many. Thick skin, homie, I got plenty, so I'll be ready for the backlash and slander coming from my own people. It's sad to say, but we'll never equal our full potential as long as we following what they teach us, telling lies. All in 8 books, it never reach us, at least us, the ones with some knowledge of self. But trying to wake my people up is a struggle with self. Instead of begging for a seat at their table, let's build one. As soon as they try to violate, let's kill one. That's where my heart at. A couple hundred years of the same treatment gave us Obama, so we think we even. I ain't believing none of this bullshit them puppeteers speaking, telling us lies each and every weekend. Banana in the tailpipe tactics. To tell the truth, I feel we moving backwards. We got a lot of actors playing the part, but it ain't in their heart, so what's it worth? Got brothers dressing up like chicks toting the purse. Everybody capitalizing off us. We ain't too far from giving up our seat on the back of the bus.
When knowledge get done, unified we're one. The race we run, before they shot them gun.
The knowledge.
When knowledge gets done, unified we won. The race we run, before they shot them gun.
To the knowledge.
They wanna tell us that they made us, stripped away our culture and enslaved us. We survived through the worst time, and they did their best to break us. We played a game, but the game rigged. Now we woke and got our own shit. Everything was all good when we was worthless. Now they mad cause I got a God complex. I got a God complex. Now they mad cause I got a God complex. It was all good when we was worthless. Now they mad cause I got a God complex. A born deity, swag of a king, extension of the Most High, getting this bag for the team. Hover above all, they want me to have humility. Them same folks out here trying to suppress my ability. Spit divine words that manifest in the physical. So when I say I am money, homie, it be spiritual. Get it in this lifetime and shine in the next one. Never let nobody make you feel guilty about your blessing. Yes, I got a God complex. Now they mad cause I got a God complex. It was all good when we was worthless. Now they mad cause I got a God complex. I got a God complex. Now they mad cause Now they mad cause I got a God complex.
See, I am the eternal son walking the earth. Not a man, but I am that God that gave him birth. See, my womb is the gateway. I bleed every month for Ashe. I'll be damned if you tell me what I am worth. Supreme being is mother, oracle and seers. Time to go to the Egon and ask the spirit to lead us. Medicine woman, our world is really sick and need healing. So now we welcome the divine in our spirit. Asheo.
I got a God complex. Now they mad cause I got a God complex. It was all good when we was worthless. Now they mad cause I got a God complex.
Melanated, they make it so complicated, and now we separated cause they tell us we're minorities. But we the Haitians, Jamaicans, even some Latins and Asians, some Cubans and Mexicans, we are majority.
Yeah, they call us witches cause magic is what we conjuring. Took and turned our words into spells and now we under it. Some won't acknowledge our power to the apocalypse. Unleash it on the world and send them packing on rocket ships.
Yeah, heart of a lion, land of the dead and dying. My bag is about that garden, my swag about ancient knowledge and tapping into them. Message from a pendulum, ancestors saying that it's time for the world to see it.
See, they wanna be it. We got the sands of time. Our DNA filled with to medicate the mind. We demonstrate divine powers that can open portals. They fear us cause ye are gods amongst mere mortals. They wanna tell us that they made us, stripped away our culture and enslaved us. We survived through the worst time, and they did their best to break us. We played a game, but the game rigged. Now we woke and got our own shit. Everything was all good when we was worthless. Now they mad cause I got a God complex. I got a God complex. Now they mad cause I got a God complex. It was all good when we was worthless. Now they mad cause I got a God complex. I got a God complex. Now they mad cause I got a God complex. It was all good when we was worthless. Now they mad cause I got a God complex.
Yeah. You know what it is. Son the Great GR8 The Hardcorrespondant. And this is the Hardcorrespondent Podcast. Before we get started, you know, it's always about giving reverence to the ancestors, giving reverence to those who walk with us and the here no longer has transitioned. So word to Biz, Russ Blade, Mama Biz, my brother Oh No, that's old analogy. My brother Malik Kalam, Zulu, the creator of Zalute with the Z. Outlaw RBG, General, Cheese and Crackers dropping bombs. Of course, my father Sam Brown Jr. But today, right now, we're going to give this moment of silence for DJ Ty Stick's daughter, who just passed. As I heard peace for us all, this is my niece, this is family, but losing a child is a hard piece to go. So her name is Emerald Shylane Burgess. Emerald Shylane Burgess. Emerald Shylane Burgess. We honor your life. We honor it, enjoy, and the struggle that you went through, and the peace that you're at right now with this moment of silence. Travel on in the spirit because energy never dies. Rest in the physical, release from any pain. That being said, especially at 420, you know what? If you got them, light them. If you ain't got it, roll it. But this one going in the air for my brother, DJ Tastic, the one-arm assassin, who she named him the one-arm assassin after he lost his arm and gave him the gumption, the drive to get back on the tables as a DJ with one arm. So we're going to light this up for her and for him. As the smoke travels, so shall her spirit. Her energy is always lingering, and she's always with you, Ty. Yes. Enough respect, you hear me? So, yes. Must always recognize and remember, you know what I mean, to give the ancestors and those who walk with us, you know what I mean, that respect and that reverence. May the ancestors pull her in, grab her, and take her around the cosmos. It's 420, y'all. Special day for those who are in love with Mary Jane. Yes. But let's break down the math of that real quick, all right? Culture freedom, wisdom, cipher. You know what I'm saying? When you put them together, you bond them together, what you get? You get equality, you know, and some might say that the zero is an entity on its own. So it's that next level situation because it ain't 42, it's 420. You see what I'm saying? So we on the next level when it comes to that. You know, that's that. Double it up, double that 6 up to the 12, and you add that 0, man, as another entity. That's kind of like a 1. That's like 13. You know what I mean? On the edge, it's that energy, the spirit type shit. So you got them, especially today. Let it loose. Let it produce. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to Do the Knowledge Radio, this platform that we on. You see my Cash App at the bottom. We could utilize your assistance. This costs us our time, costs us energy, costs us money. We spending to make this happen. Help us out. $ STGR and the number 8. $ STGR and the number 8. $ STGR and the number 8. Also, we got a show coming up, a couple of them. Shout out to my brother Sko and to Straight Dolo Entertainment Promotions, along with Red Eye Promotions, along with Desaline Records, putting on the 23rd at Pal's Lounge this Saturday. It's going to be crazy. We got artists coming from North Carolina, South Carolina. We got people coming from all over. We got, Euphony Bars coming up there. We got young brother that is just talented with the skills, named Jersey Mike, coming through, blessing it. We got Diosa coming through. We got Umi Boomin hosting. Shoot, y'all seen the Jones? You ain't seen it on my page? You know what I mean? We got Kid Capri and Mr. Cheeks. You know what I'm saying? Shouting us out and putting out, I mean, the information, letting them know they working to get through here. You know what I mean? They got a couple shows, but they're working to get through here on things, handling their business. So y'all need to come through and really get the experience of the Conscious Saw series. It is the mixture of those who know and those who will do. And when you put them together, it's an army. You understand? But we also got the fundraiser popping off at when is the fundraiser? The fundraiser is the 30th at the Ohm Studio in Snellville. And we rocking from, I think it's 4 to 8. And then we're going to do the after party from 8 to 11. There is prices, but if you come for the fundraiser, you can just stay for the after party. If you come in for the after party, you're going to get charged at the door. But, you know, that's what it is. It's a fundraiser. Come work with the community. Kamal Siddiqui needs our assistance, just like Matulu needs our assistance, just like Mumia needs our assistance, just like Sundiata Kohli needs our assistance, you know, and their families need our assistance. So we're putting the work in the best way we can, using our art, using our talent to make sure that we can donate what we have from the community to the people who need it, and the funds to work to get our political prisoners, our prisoners of war, out on these streets so we can help them with their health. You know what I mean? Of course, Tutmo Sankara is the organizer and has put this together. I'm just assisting. And we came up and created a song called Free Siddiqui that is specifically for that. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that you all come through. And keep an eye out on my page, STGR8 _ STGR8 _ or Sundiata Brown, Hardcorrespondent, SUNDIATA BROWN on my Facebook. You'll see a lot of the advertisements, but you'll see this particular ad up, both for the 23rd at Pal's Lounge and for the 30th. So we'll be speaking on it again next week. You know, and it's just one of them easygoing days, I guess. Shout out to K Slay. He's in with the Ancestors now. Shout out to what he did for hip hop right before he left with the 50 MCs and 100 MCs. You know, vintage season right here. We respect K Slay. He put some work in with my brothers, Russ Blade, rest in peace, Russ, Traveling Power, and King Bo Bands, and you know, has been a supporter of underground and quality work the entire time. So definitely got to give him a shot. Man, tonight we got a critically acclaimed author, community worker, and incredible poet coming through. And man, when you hear some of his work and you go research, you go just see him at the spots. He'd be at Cat's Cafe. He's the one of the heads of VIP out here. And he's constantly, you know, everywhere, putting his foot in. He's come to almost all of our events. He's a stand-up, qualified brother. You know, you got to be qualified to be on here. And I mean, when you hear him speak, you'll know. And you know, I just want y'all to get to know him, because see, the poetry aspect is very important. I want to remind my people that in 100 years ago, when we was doing the Harlem Renaissance, it was the artists, the writers, the singers, the musicians, the poets who pushed and directed and motivated that Renaissance. You know, it was an elevation, in their opinion, to remove themselves from the war status, prisoner of war as enslaved beings, and you know, bring culture forward in this country, on this land. Yeah, yo. Yes. Peace to the gods, war on the devil. What's happening with you?
What's up, man? How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm alive and kicking when they're on the ground. I don't let them get up. That's what my daddy told me.
Well, I feel like.
You know what I'm saying?
You got the right way.
Yes, sir. Before we get any further, let me make sure I say this. Happy born day to my daughter, who Kateri X. Happy born day to my sister, Chrissy from Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? We had a great time. Spent some time with my family. You know what I mean? And we just built. We hadn't met her until last year, and so we got to celebrate her born day the first time this year with my family, and that was very important. And everything stopped just trying to stop us from making that happen, but we manifested it and got through, and we got there and got back safely through the rain. In fact, it was supposed to rain all weekend, but you know what we did? We manifested sunshine, we manifested heat, we manifested love. And that's what we did. We represented that. So I got to let you all understand that these things are all possible. I am a example of what manifestation will do when you concentrate your energies on it, you know what I'm saying, and get through. But you're going to have to get the book for that. I'm writing the book, you know what I mean, for that part. So also, shout out to Congo Blue, my sponsor. Shout out to Ari Fronto, which, why do I not have my Ari Fronto here? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Bottega Boys and Bottega Boys ATL, which is myself and DJ Tastic. Shout out to all the ancestors you see in the back. You know what I'm saying? Patrice Lumumba. You see Marcus Garvey. You see Toussaint Louverture. And of course, there's a lead, you know. And shout out to all the authors of books into your books, the forward into your books. If the electricity go out, if they shut down your internet, if you can't get on your phone no more, you are always going to have the books to go to. And in that read, not just the watch, but in the read is where the mind creates the images that you can contemplate and make movements off when you apply what you read. Not just reading for the information to spew out that same information, but apply that information with a bigger build. You know what I'm saying? Even with the guys on Earth, they tell you, you know what I mean, add on. You know what I'm saying? You got to add the plus degrees to that. So you got to always take what you read, take what you see, take what you hear, and you add on to that for the liberation of yourself, your family, your culture, the universe, Most High, all coming back to first being self in the first place. Remember that. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, we are now in the Check the Mind segment. And in the Check the Mind segment, we build on things that most people consider problems, but we only touch base on them to express the solution. We are a solution-orientated podcast, you know, and it don't matter where it comes from. Everybody you see on this screen is qualified to give you that, either through life experiences, through authoring books, through teaching and working in the community, or just loving themselves enough to be. So that being the case, on the bottom, you see my brother, Salute, Outlaw RBG General, Mike Chambers in the building. And you know what I mean? Always welcome. Mike Chambers is always welcome in this building. And our special guest in the corner, yes, sir. In the corner is the God Milk, you know what I mean? Who is a renowned poet, an author, and a community worker, and just the all-around good brother. And in the hood, that right there is the most important. That's a 5-star general right there. When you got, that brother's a good brother right there. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? He gonna give you what he think without the fear of what you think about what he think. And that's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? On the Hard Correspondent Podcast, it ain't about making you feel comfortable. It's about giving you the solution that you need to apply to make sure that we remove ourselves from the colonized mind. You know what I'm saying? And when I asked him to come on, he said, well, what you talk about? Is it black? Yeah. Building Liberation Alliance, connect the knowledge. Everything we do is black. He said, well, if it's black, I'm on it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Welcome, my brothers. Thank you for coming through. Milk, I'm going to start off with you, of course. You know what I'm saying? Just, I like to make sure that the people understand why the people who I bring on or who come on, who grace me with their presence on this show are qualified. Had a conversation before Jason to tell people what to do. Well, I know why I'm qualified, but I'd like the people to know who you are, you know what I mean, and your and why we know you qualified, even if they don't recognize it just yet.
Well, my name is Milk. My name stands for making and mashing and lyrical knowledge. That's the acronym for my name. That's the acronym for Milk. Also, I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. I survived Baltimore. You know what I mean? So I survived Baltimore before I moved down here. And surviving Baltimore, I survived with scars. And some of the scars I survived, I make sure I wrote about them in my book. I also shared through my poetry. I do a mentoring program I'm part of. It's called Elevated Young Kings. We do this this Saturday. We're doing a sip and paint. Sometimes we just talk to the kids. Me and my brothers are seeing a couple other brothers. A lot of stuff that I do is basically through my books, through me actually performing, and also through when I do my podcast. I talk to people about depression. I talk to people about divorce. Like some of the brothers I'm talking to, they basically break down how they got through the divorce, because going through a divorce is real traumatizing. People who went through depression. The book I'm currently working on now is about what Black men go through in general. We go through a lot of different things, and yet we don't have anybody to talk to, or we think we don't have nobody to talk to. And a lot of brothers talk to me about some of the things they went through and some of the things I've been through, because going through certain things and surviving it and thriving and being a better person, that's what makes you strong. If you're still alive and you survive everything that was thrown at you, you're strong, especially as a Black man, because every single day we leave our house, we're being attacked. We're being attacked whether we're in the house or out the house. If we take a vacation, we're being attacked. So you always got to be on point. So some of the things that I survive, I actually talk about it through my poetry, through podcasts, and anytime I'm talking.
Beautiful. Pardon me. Beautiful, beautiful. And see, you see what I'm saying? You see what Grand Poopa say? How you giving back? Through the knowledge of my raps. You know what I'm saying? Well, the knowledge in his books, the knowledge in his track, knowledge in his poetry is giving back. You have to have the open eye and open ear to see and hear what he's speaking. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't, it sound like, if and correct me if I'm incorrect here. I stand corrected whenever need be, but correct me if I'm incorrect. That, you know what I mean, if they don't have the open eye and open ear, you know how to cultivate, special word today, culture freedom, because it's 420, cultivate that that openness and that awareness, you know what I mean, that spark, that melanin, that pineal gland spark that say, hey, yo, this is your ancestors speaking to you. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. Love that. What's the podcast that you're on?
The podcast is called This Milk. You can go to YouTube and just Google it. It's funny what you just said. I mean, the thing is, I just know how I was when I was younger, man. I really didn't want to hear no conscious stuff, man. Like when you ignorant, you don't want to do it. So you gotta do it in a tricky way. If you're conscious, you can talk to other conscious people. But if you're a nigga and you in nigga mode, you don't really want to hear too much conscious stuff, because you feel like dance with the devil is the best thing you can do. It's fun, you know what I mean? It's a trick. It's fun. It's supposed to be fun, because that's how they keep you in a cycle of fuckery. You know what I mean? So, but I do it where though it's like it's candy with medicine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So check it, right? So now you just said when you are in an ignorant state, being a nigga, you refuse consciousness. Why is that? And why do we embrace that? Like when I watch some people videos and you have so many doing quote unquote hood blogs, it is very important for every person in front of that camera to state how real their hood is and how many bodies they catch on the regular. Second part is you made a reference to Grand Pooba earlier. Now you just said something about, okay, just tying it into what you were saying of how you didn't at first want to hear it, but then you had to trick the people. And Grand Pooba used to always talk about tricknology. So why is it some of us have to be tricked to learn the truth, and why have we been taught and conditioned to refuse it so much? Like even to this day and time, people are still in an ignorant state. I know they say ignorant is bliss, but why is it so hard? And do you think that it's a fear of having to change themselves and everything that they perceive to be real?
Well,
And is going against this grain what is actually causing all the problems that we are dealing with today?
Well, for my personal opinion, it's like when you don't you gotta know you gotta know you sleep. So you like a lot of us been robbed of sleep. I was born in Baltimore, so my mother raised me conscious, but the streets is sexy. It's sexy. You got a short dress on and know what to say, dress the way you want to dress, and smell the way you want to smell. You want it to smell. So you gotta, to me, I use tricks to get people out of it because I was tricked to get into it. It's tricks on both ends. You're like, you are being tricked. So you're being tricked by the radio. You're being tricked by TV. You're being tricked by your neighborhood. You're being tricked by every single thing is against you to trick you into this. And then here's the other thing they do. They made the streets seem sexy. You know what I mean? Like so what they did was they poisoned us. They made the streets seem sexy. They made older people seem like, well, don't talk to them old heads. So they use us against us. So whereas though it's like the ones of us that do have knowledge of self who went through the fire and got out of the fire, though the younger people don't even want to talk to the older people because they feel like I ain't talk to them old dudes. But really it's only to keep you inside the trick. So it's a cycle of you. What the prayer says, you licking a knife and you choking off the blood, but you think it tastes good because you smell blood.
Right, because you taste the blood.
Say it again, bro.
You don't even know that it's your own blood.
Most definitely, and they do that. So the thing is like, when I was young, I would listen to all type of hip hop. And when you get older, you realize that you listen to kill your own people music. That's what it really is.
Yes.
You listen to kill your own people music. So, but when you're younger and you listen to NWA, I loved it. You know what I mean? Like, but as you get older, you should be like, now I want to be clear. I listen to this stuff sometimes, right? But when I was younger, it was the soundtrack to how I was thinking, how I was moving. It inspires you. So the music can inspire you to do grimy stuff. It can inspire you to do conscious stuff. Like when you listen to Public Enemy, Fight the Power and all that stuff, when you listen to like Grand Pooba, when you listen to this type of stuff, it makes you want to become conscious, right? It makes you want to go towards Marcus Garvey. It makes you want to go towards Malcolm X. But when you listen to Young Jeezy, when you listen to Rick Ross, when you listen to Gucci Mane, it makes you want to bust people's head. It makes you want to sell dope. Now, it ain't gonna make a grown man want to do that. But if you're an adolescent,
it will.
It's going to inspire. Well, if you're a grown unconscious man, because if you're unconscious, if you're man, to me it mean by your thought process, not your age, right? So if you're a grown man and you still a kid, yeah, you're gonna be influenced by that because you still like Nas say you in your second childhood. And even with Nas, they try to make Nas seem like he's corny. They made knowledge corny and they made killing your own people the shit. That's what they did. That's the trick.
That's what they did.
Right.
We got a comment from Nzinga Blue Bay, the owner of Congo Bay, and she because we just brought it up about the children. Said, can we help? Can we help us say children or watoto instead of kid. This comes from her Umi and Shula. It helps the children identify themselves in a way they are not baby goats, but we are used to saying kids. But I say children. I say children a lot because children of the most.
Now,
are you a kid? Are you a goat? I ain't no goat. You know what I'm saying? So you can't be a kid. And you know what I mean? And you know, I like to take that around. You mean, well, Dad, you the greatest of all times to me. You know what I'm saying? So I get it in that aspect. But we also need to be able to build with the children, especially nowadays, in a way, in a tongue that they can hear and understand. I know for myself, I'm a professor. I'm not dealing with junior high, elementary, and high school. You come deal with me, you come talk with me, we're gonna talk on the college and the mastery level. You know what I'm saying? But somebody need to have that conversation so they can even get through that part to even be able to come talk to me and me to be able to talk to them and hear it. And I spent a lot of years doing that in places that it made a difference, but it didn't make the proper effect. Because where I was and who I was talking to either didn't have enough in them to, you know what I mean, do it on their own, or they just, you know what I mean, they made the choice. They made the choice to go with the sexy as opposed to the hardy. You know what I'm saying? And so that work that you put in is commendable and is solution orientated. You know what I'm saying? We all have our parts to play and pieces of this puzzle that we're putting, that the Most High put us in and put us together. So everybody is doing that. In their perspective, building with them. What is the worst situation you've seen, and how did you help them get out of that? Peace.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, Milk. Yeah.
Oh, one of the worst situations I've seen, I saw a brother very close to me. He got, he got locked up maybe 1 week. I helped him get out. He got locked up again the next week. I helped him get out. And, the thing is like a lot of times it's easy for a brother to listen to you when you did some of the things that I've done. A lot of messed up things. You know what I mean? Like when I was young, I was wild.
Right. Me too. I'll see you.
Let me say this. I'm not saying like, it's funny. Like I'm not saying it as a badge of honor. I'm saying it like I'm ashamed of it. You know what I mean? Like I'm ashamed of some of the things I've done. But the thing is like, it's easier for them to hear me because they know what I did. You know what I mean? So I think every single day, me just living is an example of what can be done. Like who I was, I was completely different than what you see. You wouldn't have me on this show years ago. You wouldn't even have me on the show years ago because I was just completely different. But me being a living example of you can change, just me living, me being married, me being monogamous, me moving out of Baltimore, me taking care of my family, me working for a company and also trying to get out of the company so I have my own business. Just doing these things also is a template for everybody who did what I did because I was the leader of the crew, right? So me being the leader of the crew and me making these changes isn't a great example for all of them to follow that template. Now let's go back to the guy that I'm talking about. This guy, I helped him move down here. He's married now. He has a job. He's a manager somewhere, and he's doing his thing because I helped them get out of the situation. I helped them change his thought process because when I was young, I used to think it was money. I thought money fixed it. Really, the only thing really fixed the issue is this. If you get that information, you know how to articulate in a way where as though it can be received, they're going to change. But here's the tricky thing. You cannot go too high on them because if you go too high, they ain't going to want to hear it. You got to go where they at because, like you might talk to me about one thing. I might get with, like when she was talking about the goat stuff, like I get what she said. Yeah. But if you send it to the wrong person, they're going to be like, they don't even, like they checked out off of something simple like that. they'll check out. So you got to be careful when you talk to these people because one, they know that you're better than them mentally, right? The only thing make you better than somebody is how you treat somebody and how you think. Those are the only two things that make you better than people. Now, if they already know that you're better than them and you say the wrong thing, it could trigger them into cutting you off. So they can't even hear you no more. So you got to be careful about what you say because they're insecure. They feel like you're better than them. There's so many different things you got to be careful about when you're dealing with your people and trying to help them because, like the brother said, he said, we don't want to be helped. Like I was. I didn't want to be helped because I didn't know I was in trouble. You know, the matrix will trick you into believing that you're winning, but you're losing. We lose it. Here's the thing. If I'm a millionaire and both of y'all messed up, we lose it. If my whole nation messed up and my people getting killed, we lose it. If I don't care if Jay-Z a millionaire. I mean, I love Jay. I love Diddy. I love all these dudes. But if we still losing, he losing to me still. Jay losing to me. Oprah losing to me. All these people who we look at as, or not we, all the people that society look at as like, oh, the greatest thing in the world. Like, if we ain't all winning, we losing. That's how my mindset.
Facts. That's facts. I mean, that's the whole purpose. I think I posted something like I've taken losses from people who took from me. You know what I mean? But I know I'm gonna win, but only after we all win. And I know we're gonna win. I know we're gonna win. You know what I'm saying? But I know it might take some time. And like Harriet Tubman said, I could have freed 100 more if they would have even known they were slaves.
Right. But that's the thing. A lot of people we just don't know.
There was and so here on Do the Knowledge, here on Do the Knowledge Radio, I mean, one of the things that which is why I push for the solution aspect is because for us who don't know, and if they don't know, I don't know. It's the same aspect, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm tied to them and all cosmically. If we don't know, then somebody's got to tell them. And even if they turn it off, there's still something in their ear, something in their subconscious, so that, you know what I mean, it worked this way around. They may turn me off and then come to you, and then you're going to explain it to them in a way. And then when they come back, they be like, okay, now I get it. Or you may say something to them that be like, okay. And then when they come around over here, they be like, oh, and now we build. But you got to do that. I got to do this. We have to keep doing what we doing to make sure this is happening. The queen who texted in, you know what I'm saying, was like, yo, she got to do what she doing, and she doing what she doing in Philly. So we're at all spots at all times, just like God's mind is what I say. And us applying this in our life, because I'm in the same boat as you. You know what I mean? I was a punch a motherfucker in his face dude all day. You know what I'm saying? I walk in the room, niggas is shook. I was 250 pounds at 5'8" and mean as a rattlesnake. You know what I'm saying? And ready to, you know what I mean, for the right reason at the wrong time, it didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Type of thing. So when people see me and hear me converse with folk now, and they remember what it was, they're seeing that growth. You know what I'm saying? And seeing where I'm at, seeing who. Now I've been on black folk, you know what I mean, for a minute. My name's Sunjata Mansa Musa all my life. You know what I'm saying? But even I turned away from that for a period of time because it was too black. It's too African. You know what I'm saying? But it no matter which way I turned, it always pulled me black in. Just like no matter where they dig up, all you're gonna find is us. You know what I'm saying? That being the case, I can qualify your statement by my experiences, and in the same token, I come from Reading, Pennsylvania, like I was saying before. You know what I mean? Where it's not the best place in the country to be ever. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's not built for me to have my mentality, just like Baltimore wasn't necessarily built for you to have and find your mentality and for you to pull yourself away. But I'm sure you also had mentors or somebody broke that off to you, even if it was just through the music. Opened up the show before y'all got on. Shout out to Emerald, Shylane Burgess. That's DJ Tastic's daughter. She passed away yesterday. So, you know, we giving a shout out. And if you got them, light them. If you missed that part, I said if you got them on 420, specifically today, we're going to light one for her as she traveled on with the ancestors. So I got to make sure I shot that out. But when I opened up, I was talking about how poets were very important of their mentality from the this enslavement situation and just giving us some worth. But in all cultures, it's the art that lets you know how civilized that culture is. You know what I'm saying? And the poet is a critical point of that, whether it's on music, on beat, or whether it's just spoken word, is a very critical point because it's connecting synopsis that society has tried to sever and via the word. And the word is power. The word is manifestation, one way or the other. So as a poet, what is your personal goal, and how do you apply that goal every time you get on stage?
Well, as a poet, my personal goal is a couple things. One, to make to plant seeds in people's mind, to wake people up. Like the thing is like poetry is it's a tool to wake people up, and that's one of the things why it's not mainstream. Because if it is mainstream, poetry, we talk about depression. We talk about, now when I say talk about depression, that don't mean stay on it, because anybody can have a bad day, but it's about making sure you get through these things. So anything I talk about, I'm not talking about staying in it, I'm talking about get past it. Poetry is a lot of things about getting past certain things. So and it also teach you how to become human again. Because a lot of us, we're androids, right? A lot of us are androids. We just walking through the world, not even really thinking, not seeing each other, not seeing ourselves, not seeing the people who love us, and not actually living life. A lot of us is just going through the motions, being robots. So to me, what poetry does, it wakes you up. It reconnects you.
Mm-hmm.
So my personal goal is to wake people up. Yeah. That's my personal goal. And also to make poetry big as it can be so it can wake people up.
Beautiful, beautiful. I was raised on The Last Poets. You know what I mean? Gil Scott-Heron. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was raised on. I had all of their albums, got them from my uncle. Man, I was about to bring up something. You just said something. Oh, Kwame Ture spoke on the job of the conscious person is to awaken the unconscious and then show them what to do with their consciousness. And to me, poetry does that exact thing. I mean, to the T. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's not conscious poetry, because you have to peep the wordplay in it in a way, and you get the time. When you do it on music, you got 3 minutes, 4 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes 5, most times nowadays 2.5. You know what I'm saying? And you got to get it on there, and then it's gone. And then the next song comes on. But when you speak it in the poetry form, you get to feel the vibration of the word going through your entire system, from your ears all the way down to your toe, and through your hair.
Right.
And so poets of all kind, good, bad, and different, because I know that my mind has to work to do it. Doesn't matter what they're saying, I have to listen and put that together. So I one of the things we wanted to do here is push that poetry, push the audience into respecting poetry, honoring poetry, supporting poetry, and no matter what the system wants to do, push it to the forefront, you know what I mean? So it can reawaken the conscious how it's supposed to. That being the case, even in your conversation, you can hear you're putting together of your words properly. And I don't mean in good English or speaking white. I mean, you put thought behind the things that you're saying, and you have experience behind these things, and you can hear it in your tone and the things that how you represent on stage. For those who have not got a chance to see the guy on stage, it is a wonderful sight. And all right, as an MC, I get up and I do my thing. You know what I'm saying? And I like doing my thing, right? But I'll be so glad when you go after. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you going before me, God. You know what I mean? And I'm the dude on stage. I'm the dude on stage when the music is wrong. Go on. You don't want to follow me. I'm rocking them. You know what I mean? That's what it is, and I don't give a flying fuck how they take it. That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying in honor of you, I am not going on after you. No way, sir. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, brother.
It's amazing. I have seen you brought up the brother Sincere, who had been on the show a couple of episodes ago, and some of the work that you guys do in VIP. What is VIP? And explain how that is for those coming up. Milk,
Village Inspired. VIP stands for Village Inspires and Ports. Our motto is, I want for my brothers and sisters what I want for me. If you think like that, you are part of VIP. You know, like the thing is, it's like, and one of our quotes is also, is who the leader, we the leaders. We say that because every person, if you're a Black person and you're conscious, you're a leader. And you got to open your mouth. You got to speak to the people who's ignorant, even if they don't want to be spoke to. I can be inside a store and I see some little young boys cussing. I pull them to the side and be like, listen, yo, you need to cut that off, bro. You got it's company around here. You got older people here. You got to tighten up. Y'all slipping. I'll pull over if I see a little young boy. I saw a young boy when I was going to Andre house. I saw a young boy pulling on the little girl. They was going back and forth. I pulled over. I said, come here. He came to me. I was like, yo, what's up with you? He told me, he was like, you know, they was going back and forth. I said, listen, man. I said, if she don't mind being here, you got to let her go. I said, if the police see you, what you think they're going to think? You know, it's playing your position. Well, VIP is about playing your position in life. It's making sure your people good. That's what you're supposed to do as a Black person. Now, listen, I'm going to tell you like this. One of the reasons to me, a lot of our people are ignorant because once we become conscious, we don't even want to deal with them sometimes because it's hard. It's hard to deal with people when they're in that ignorant mode because they dysfunctional. You know what I mean? And when you're a functional person, you don't want to be consistently around dysfunction. It could be your own family you don't want to be around them because they dysfunctional. So that's just how I say it, man.
Yeah, I feel you. But you know what I'm saying? It's all right. So you just said we all leaders. You feel what I'm saying? To us,
the consciousness of this. The consciousness.
Right. So, all right. You also talked about teaching. You know what I'm saying? Now, at some point in time, we all came to knowledge. You know what I'm saying? However, whatever term you want to use, we woke up, you know what I'm saying? Young, old, you know, trauma, whatever. But when do the conscious ones, with all the knowledge, come to the understanding that they have to be patient enough with some of these ignorant ones to apply the wisdom to teach them? And when will they understand that each student is different? You can't run up on every student the same. You know what I'm saying? The same way in school, although you may have a large classroom and you teaching the same subject, you still need to know your students because each one of them will have a specific individual need. Because we all come with pre-existing problems. You understand what I'm saying? So at what point will that conscious individual understand he need to be patient enough to manage himself around his people? Like, how can you call yourself conscious, but then you don't want to be around ignorance? Like, you can't have consciousness without having ignorance. You know what I mean? Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, why are you running from, you feel me? Like, yo, that right there should be the challenge, because we just said we are a solution based. So how can we be in the face of a major ass problem and be like, I can't take this problem no more. I got too much knowledge. The fuck is on your mind?
I think sometimes, I think sometimes personally, man, like, I don't know how to word this. I'm gonna try to word it the best way I can. Like, sometimes when you become conscious, you can be so mad at yourself for not seeing some certain shit. You be mad at yourself. So when you see your certain people, it can be a reminder of how ignorant you was, and you don't even want to deal with that shit.
So check this out. Then
let me say one more thing. I also feel like we as people, right? Some of us is worse than others, man.
Oh yeah,
like, I was wild, right? But it's other dudes that I was around, man. Like some dudes I know, they got 75 years, man, 100 years. It was some wild animals out there. When I say animal, mentally, you know what I mean? Not you blacking your animal, I'm talking about your thought process. And really, one of my old heads told me that the ones of us that's wild, the ones of us like I used to pick people up and slam them on their head. I used to do wild stuff to people, right? We are soldiers, bro, or generals. The ones that's violent, they're the soldiers. We need to get them up for soldier time.
Right.
But if you don't know that, if you can't see the board and see like the ones that's aggressive, they the soldiers, and then you have the thinkers, then you have the people who know how to do marketing. If you don't understand the whole chessboard and how to utilize each one of your people, you'll just think that the violent ones are just disposable.
Violent. Right. Now,
right. And,
yo, like I watch a lot of old. You feel me? Like I watch a lot of old movies where it show specific people going around conquering Pacific nations, and they always have an army. It is done with violence. Like, yo, you got to have them soldiers out there to do it. You feel me? There are a lot of casualties. And true indeed, you always have, quote unquote, the kings back there calling the shots. Right? And we know how the order go, right? We know how the order go, right? And true indeed, these young men are soldiers, right? I quit calling them kids a long time ago, of course. I got the culture from the rosters, and you know they're gonna call them the youth. So there's a proper way to connect and talk to the youth, right? But not only talking to the youth, you have to listen to the youth. And that's where we mess up a lot as the elders and the OGs. We always want to run up on them. Listen here. No, I'm here to listen to you. What's on your mind for a minute? Why are you going through this shit? And then you realize, once again, they already know this some BS, yo. I ain't about to go through this. And if they are the ancestors returning, they really gonna buck the system hard. So without that proper guidance and understanding and knowledge of self, it can be, like KRS say, self-destruction. And as you was just saying, brother, there are a lot of them out. Yo, look, I'm from a little small town in North Carolina, Clinton, North Carolina. A cat online asked me where I was from probably like a week ago in a group, and I told him Clinton, and he laughed. Let me tell you something, bro. It was a 7-mile radius. Trust me, I wasn't y'all brothers, but my boys was, my cousins was, my brother was.
Right.
They was dropping niggas on the head. They was the head busters. I always been the, you know what I'm saying, trying to wake them up a little bit. But I was surrounded by that, bro. So many came to them little 7 miles, them little country roads, and they never leave. And a lot of time it wasn't by choice. But I'm saying that to say, if you go anywhere around America, anywhere around the world, there is a ghetto of black people going through the same struggle that's fighting and killing for survival.
I agree.
I'm going to add to it on the same pole. There's also a group of us in every spot.
That's
doing
right.
what we do
Bringing that. That's
and having these convos on screen and on the streets, bringing them through. And I like to concentrate on the fact that we can do this. Now, to me, there's 3 levels of consciousness here, which is all tied into the great cosmos. The ancestors is all tied into our blackness. And there's some of us who, for me, like me, for instance, when I come at somebody, I'm coming hard, and I don't even. It's not even part of what I. I'm not doing it on purpose. It's just who I am. But it's offensive to people when I'm speaking to them, especially when I'm speaking the truth, because it's the truth. So I don't need nothing else to back me up but the truth. And if the truth bothers you, then that's okay. When you get it, you get it. You know what I'm saying? And I do understand that, and understand, I overstand that some people have got to say things in a certain way so that people can get it. You know what I mean? But I also understand that there is, you got the sergeant, you got the drill sergeant, right? This nigga care about his platoon, but he gotta bust their ass until they get it. You know what I'm saying? Because he's saving their life. You know what I'm saying? If he don't bust their ass, they gonna get out there and be soft, and they're gonna run anyhow and get shot. You know what I'm saying? So he gonna be as hard to them as the war is gonna be on their psyche later on anyhow, just to get them prepped and prepared. So I believe, I don't believe anything. I know that is a necessary aspect of this war, the battles that we have to go through on an everyday basis. In the same token, I know that the nurturing aspect is there as well. You have to be able to nurture them. They didn't just yell at them, they fed them, they clothed them, they housed them, you know what I'm saying? But they trained them and they get them right. In the same token, there's a respect factor. And I think one of the main things that we're losing, that why we lose it, is because the respect of what we know, what we've experienced, and how we've gotten through all the things that we have is being replaced with monitored, the love, or I should say the lust of the comforts in life that really ain't comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And when you spend all your time and your money being comfortable, and then it's over, folk, because they really believe that they are entitled to something without putting that work into it. And the universe don't run like that. You understand what I'm saying? So somebody has got to remind them that even the hard shit, and I think we talked about it last week, or not, we got to stop saying something is too hard to do. We got to say, even if it's hard, it's the easy thing. You know what I'm saying? And changing it with the word and structure of their thought pattern. Like, yo, we got to, it might be hard right now, but the more you do it, like going to the gym, the more you pick that weight up, that weight ain't gonna be so hard. You know what I'm saying? And so we got to do that. But at the same time, there's a rest and recovery time. You know what I mean? And so that's important as well. There's a feeding your muscle time. That's important as well. You know what I'm saying? So all these things are conglomerate for the liberation of the people. And if they don't get it one way, they're going to come and get it another way. But, you know what I'm saying? I think one of the things that we miss as somebody's loud is it me? Oh, it ain't me. Is the removal of the ego. Because when you get conscious, you get knowledge itself, it make you arrogant. Because like you said, you know that your mind is somewhere, you know that your actions are going to be different. So you know you are better. But you
can I say something
better and say, I'm still you. Yeah, please.
It's something you said that it to me, bro. I mean, like truth is like steak, and a lot of people been eating baby food. So when you try to feed your people information, man, you gotta puree that shit to them, man. If you take one of these people out of the matrix too quick, man, it'll be shell shock. Like you gotta really, really be patient and massage them, and then once you get them where you want to, then you like, all right, now this is the full truth. Because if they've been in the darkness for a long time, man, and they come out, imagine being in the darkness for 400 years, and you come outside and the sun is at its peak. You blinded, bro. They can't hear too much truth. That's why when I was saying earlier, when I was like, you know, we got to be careful how we talk to our people, because too much information is an overload and they short circuit, and then they don't want to hear nothing you saying. So it's when I first start like learning certain things and seeing certain things, and I would go back to my homeboys and say stuff, I was aggressive with it, man. I was aggressive because I know we're in a fucking dire situation, bro. We got a gun. We got a gun to all of our heads, to our wives, to our children, to us. You know what I mean? So, but at the same time, it's like, you know, I can't just say it to you the way I want to say it to you, especially if you're not getting it anyway. So I had to learn over the years to say it and craft it so many different ways, whereas though when I give it to you, either you want to eat it now, or you might eat it in a couple of weeks, or you might eat it right now. You might eat it now, you might eat it tomorrow, you might eat it a year from now, but you go and eat it. But at one time I was aggressive. Right. The way you were saying, you're like, I was aggressive with people, man. But I felt like the way I'm doing, I'm telling you the truth, man. But I feel like the way I'm doing it now, I do it with a smile. You know what I mean? Like I'm smiling still, you're gonna get it.
Right. Can I say something real quick? Though I had a conversation today with a coworker, and we were using that word aggressive, but then I let her know that white people confuse black people aggression with passion. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So it's not the fact that you were aggressive with what you were saying, you were passionate about the love for people. And when we tend to speak, sometimes that passion is often mistaken for aggression, because you learn a certain thing and it kind of make you mad. But you know what I'm saying? So now you're trying to tell your people, and they be like, man, this nigga crazy. Why you getting mad? No, because I'm seeing some things that I wish you could see right now that could save us all in the long run.
Can I say something? I wouldn't, maybe aggression is the wrong word. I would say I was arrogant. I was arrogant with the new information. I was I was more so like, you don't get this, you dumb. I was trying to talk to people like, if you don't get this, you kind of You know what I mean? Like that's how I was treating people. Like, if you don't understand that we are in the matrix and I'm trying to show you the truth, you dumb. That's how I was kind of treating people. But now it's like, I don't do that now. So I would, aggressive is the wrong word, because even right now, I'm passionate because I'm passionate about my people. I want my people to win because I know we natural born winners. I know who we are. And a lot of us just don't know who we are. A lot of us just don't. Let me ask you this. You ever be talking to somebody about the truth, but you know, and you teaching them some things they never heard before, but you know, if you say this last thing, this the truth.
My bad.
Baby, you got to permeate that. You got to permeate that truth, man. If you don't, you get a mistake, they start talking on the truth you give it them, man.
Why this is what baby steps.
So I consider myself a professor and a motivational vocal expressionist, right? I don't consider myself an MC. I don't consider myself a rapper. I don't consider myself a teacher. You might learn something, but I don't care anything about that. When you go to college, you pay them to tell you what it is. You ask them to tell, and them professors don't care if you learn it or not. You can get it right here, but you should be past that level of, well, maybe we passed the baby steps. That's what I'm saying. I don't go to elementary school. I don't go to junior high, and I don't go to high school.
Right.
But it is math class right here.
But see,
if you want to come talk to me about it, you need to know that I know some things, and I'm probably going to say something that might turn you off. You should get that right. And this is my disclaimer before we start talking, because I know I'm going to be passionate about it, and I know I'm going to say like, yo, I don't give a fuck about these other things. This is what and that right there might be like, oh shit. Oh, man, but at the same time, saying they need to know that who they talking to, and for me. But I will also, if this is too much for you, right? Like how I'm saying it here, let me lead you over here to this guy, or this person here, or you know what I mean. And what I like to tell people is Anthony Browder from the Browder Files. If you are just getting into your consciousness, go pick that book up. That's gonna nurture your thought pattern. That's gonna, massage your brain. That's gonna give you the base information, and then give you other books to go look at in the back of it when you get there. That's my starter kit. You mean that? And I also tell them Celestine Prophet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even though it was a white boy who wrote it, they're taking our science and go there. So I will lead them, or at least send them to somebody who might not be as passionate or might not come across as passionate or aggressive as I do. However, there was a certain point in time where I was being very, very patient, and I will sacrifice everything I got and everything I am to do this. But I sacrificed everything I didn't take care of myself. And I was just told this recently. Malcolm X, Kwame Ture, Steve Coakley, all of these other leaders that came before us, they sacrificed their life and their family for the people. And then the people just turned around and pissed on them, what they were saying, you know what I mean? And now we got, like Tahir RBG said, now we got Nicki Minaj talking about Malcolm X. That's how you gonna feed the rest of the Malcolm X through her? Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? There's more qualified people for that, but they ignored it. So for me, I understand and overstand and respect that aspect of the baby food and give it to them. So if they come to me in baby steps, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to lead baby steps to those who can do better than I can, because I'm not arrogant about what anymore. I used to be in the same fashion you are. I was on it like that. You know what I mean? Like I would literally make a person buy a Dead Prez record if he was going to buy a Fabulous record, or you're going to get your ass whooped in the store right now. You know what I'm saying? And I would be on it that way. So I get
But it's like this,
you know what I'm saying? At the same time.
Right?
Now,
Bill. You just stated, when they come to you, you giving them the college level. Okay? So there is levels to this. You're going to give a baby food, right? You teaching them the ABCs. You feel me? But when you sign up for college, when you enroll, you make a conscious decision to take this class. So you somewhat should already be aware of what this consists of. So you better have your mind ready. Some people got their mind ready, some don't. And you know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is be able to know who's who. And you feel me? Like Milk said, also, some so far in the dark, shit, they might not even come out, bro. I hate to say it.
But they even them are utilized. You can be utilized, and
or should I say, when it's their time, they'll come out.
Right. When I speak to children, I don't speak ABCs. I speak sentences and words, because at that age, at the young age, they are open. You know what I'm saying, to gather the information. Now, at the age that we speaking of these young folk, you know what I'm saying, right now, they in between. You know what I mean? They in the in-between aspect, between the ages of 12 and 32, you don't really know nothing, but you think you know it all. You know what I'm saying? But they have, once you start to show them that they didn't know nothing, you know what I'm saying, at certain points, then they start to be like, well, hold on. Those who are going to catch it anyhow. And I'm also the mind state, if you're going to catch it, you're going to catch it. If you're not, you're not. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. You know what I'm saying? But I got to keep it moving for me personally, because I done already put that 20 years in where I was feeding the babies. You know what I'm saying? But that's me personally.
Right. I understand. Can I say something? Let me say what helped me see it differently. My wife, she said to me one day, she was like, Milk, is saying it the way you want to say it worth losing more people? can't you save on people saying it the way they might need to hear it? And I was like, she's like, is saying it the way you want to say it to people worth you losing people you can help? And I was like,
that's the arrogance part right there.
And I was like, no,
that's wisdom. That's wisdom.
She was like, well, you need to make adjustments to make sure they can hear what you're saying. And I started making adjustments. Now, when I say I feed them baby food, I want to make sure you understand this. It's masterclass stuff in it, but it's hidden.
Yeah. Definitely.
If you go to, like, let me give you, if somebody been listening to, now listen, I listen to Gucci Mane sometimes, right? But if somebody, their whole life, all they listen to Gucci Mane, right? And then you give them Big L, it's too much. You give them Kendrick Lamar,
right.
It's too much.
It's too much.
It's
Right.
much.
Oh, I can't. The words are too big. You give Lupe, it's just too much. I feel you. You know what I'm saying? And
they can't even process what's going on.
Right. But you know what I do like about what you do? I can hear the mastery, the master class in what you're saying, but I can also hear the simplicity as well. I think Jay-Z does this very well. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z will say something that most people don't even know he's saying it because they don't know it. But if you know it, then you're like, oh shit, he said something else. And he puts it in there. He also gets all he talks about is jewelry and girls and that's not all he tells you. He's never only talked about that. He's literally told you, I was telling you what to do, what not to do, so you wouldn't go through what I went through, type thing. You know what I'm saying? And so and such. And there's a different way. And then he'll show you in his thing. Now I ain't saying Jay, I'm a super Jay fan because I'm a Tupac outlaw RBG till I die. You know what I'm saying? But I do not negate what I hear when I know what I know. I'm responsible for what I know. So when I hear it, I can't act like I didn't hear that. I heard what he said. You know what I'm saying? In the same token, even Gucci Mane gives you lessons. You know what I'm saying? Like the lessons are everywhere. You just got to be willing to hear it. And so to me, sometimes cats are willing to hear certain things. You know what I mean? And when they are, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I still lead them away, or they'll come back like, yo, you know what? When you told me that, I was mad as shit. But then I seen this and everything that you were saying started to make sense. You know what I'm saying? And I also talk, like I've been playing chess since I was 5. So I also talk to people the best way that I can, that they'll hear it. I do at times. Like this, my new project, Vintage Season, is more along those lines. My first project was all about, listen, I need to give you the core of me so you know where I'm coming from. I ain't gonna give you the play down thing and then later on get deep on you. No, I'm gonna get deep on you now, and then I'll ease up off you in your opinion and most people's perception, but I'm really not. You know what I mean? The nicest song I got is Folk Hop, and in it, I'm talking about decapitating these colonizers. You know what I'm saying? Not just mentally, but physically. Let's, you know what I mean? Like, yo, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? But you don't really hear it until you hear it the 40th time. And then you're like, oh shit, did he just say that? Yeah. So go ahead.
Let me say something. When you just said, like, I try like what Pac did. A lot of people like Pac because he's straightforward. He's not encrypted. Like if you listen to Dead Prayers, they straightforward. They not a lot of encrypted stuff. Now I like Pharoah Monch, Lupe, Kendrick. I like the high level lyrical stuff because my mind can go. I like Daylight. My mind can go far, right? But if you pay attention, if you ask 5 people who they like, who is their top 5, it's going to be the people that's not high level lyrical, who's more like a lot of people like Pop. He's not high level lyrical. He's straightforward, but he says meaningful things, right?
Powerful. Right.
If you listen to Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubts is very encrypted. Right? It's layered. If you listen to a lot of different things, it's very encrypted. This high level hip hop. But when you think about Tupac, when you think about Dead Prayers, they just giving it to you straightforward. This is what it is.
And we in that zone. Yeah. We in that zone right now. You know what I mean? Where things are so simplified that most of the 85ers can't even get it, and some of the 5 don't even want to get it. The 10 know all that shit. The 10 have studied it well enough. They know what our melanin do. They know what they can do with our melanin. They know our lingo. You know what I'm saying? All that. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? They study. But most of us aren't going to get that. So even with my conscious sauce, it's really built on that. That's me giving baby steps. I'm gonna give you these conscious cats that you may not even understand what they're saying right now, but something in there might spark you. But I'm also gonna give the conscious cats the energy and the passion of the fight that these sauce dudes is bringing up. You know what I'm saying? And the fact is, the sauce dudes and the jewelry we wear and the flashiness, it's our shit anyhow. So I don't negate that we should be rocking it. Yeah, we should. Sometimes you'll see me, I got my golds on. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I got all my chains. I might have my furs on. I might have my leathers on. I might have my shirtlet on. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Because I'm on my man Samusa shit. You know what I mean? Let's not forget, Africa supplies the entire world with everything. At the same time, though, I want to make sure that we bring all of that together for the balance. You know what I'm saying? And too much baby food, you stay as a baby. Too much grown folk food, you choke as a baby. You don't get to be grown up. You know what I'm saying? But when you have a balance, you have a balanced meal here, a balanced meal here, just like, and when you get older, you need you got to go back to that other shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't got the teeth no more to do that. So I push more for the balance. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The balance of everything, more than just this way or that way. It ain't my way. It ain't that way. It's all of this shit together is how we accomplish this complete liberation from the colonizer mind, which is the most important thing. So I mean, I respect it because my wife tells me the same thing, and I tell her I will do some of that, but in everything that I do, I gotta put something else in there for the cats who's like me, who's in my core.
Most stuff.
Who says, nah, he's, you know what I mean? He got something. Joey Badass is starting to master that.
I agree.
That last album, the tracks, you know what I mean? And I listened to it. I was like, man, this is they shit. I mean, I know you can do that shit, but it's mad simple at first. But after I heard it like 3-4 times, I was like, ooh. And then it happened that I was going through something, and I got the inspiration from it then. I didn't even get the inspiration the first time. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was too simple for me. And then I got what he was saying, and then I got inspired when I went through it. And then I see it, and it helped me get to, do some things on this new project in the same fashion. I do want to bring up something else, because you brought up that you had stopped the brother from dealing with his sister in a negative way physically. And when the last time that we had been around each other, what is that? Every second Friday at Black Dot in Lithonia. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Y'all can go and build with the community. It was a wonderful build. It wasn't some black folk coming at each other. It was we stating what we stating, we hearing what we hearing, and then we responding in a proper, and then it being heard properly, quote unquote, of the black woman, and how some of them feel unprotected. And one of the things that you said was, if you feel unprotected, it's because you around the wrong brothers. You know what I'm saying? Later on that weekend, my brother Ken texted me, who he was gonna come on, but his Wi-Fi is really messed up. He just moved down here to Georgia, so he and Conyers, they ain't no Wi-Fi. But anyhow, we went to a club, just doing some business, hanging out with some cats who can help us push what we doing a little further. And in this club, everybody, all the females, look like either strippers or hookers. You know what I'm saying? Even the bottle girls were walking out like their outfit had their butt cheeks out. Like that was part of the outfit, you know what I mean? And they all were well-endowed sisters. You know what I'm saying? And then as we were leaving, he was like, so are these queens too? And my thing is, they're all queens, just like we're all kings. We all have the divinity ability. You know what I mean? Are we making the choice to do that? Not necessarily. But I've been on a stage saying what I say, as harsh as I say it, with a stripper dancing right in front of me because that was the environment of the open mic. And when I was done, she came to me and said, you know what? I felt bad. I felt like I was going to hell listening to what you're saying. And I'm not saying no religious shit, but she said, I felt like I was going to hell because I'm speaking righteousness. And at the same time, she said, but I needed that. And I don't never want you to not do it like that because we need more of that. And as she was doing it, I'm on stage like, oh my God, what is it? You know, I felt bad that I'm doing this in front of her until she came up and told me that. She had to make sure she came and told me that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure she was like trying to, you know what I mean, shoot her shot. I'm a married man, I don't do that. But you know what I'm saying? Sure, she was trying to shoot a shot, but she couldn't even do that well because the righteousness was just overpowering. You know what I mean? And not saying that, oh, I'm high and mighty, but like you said, we're leaders. There's a certain element and a certain aspect that we have to live to uphold what we're saying because they're already seeing the bullshit everywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So if we don't do that shit, then you know what I'm saying? We don't, you know what I mean? We might not get it. You know what I'm saying? But I say that to say she was even a queen and a goddess. She just didn't know it. And maybe what I said, what you say, Mike, what you say is the spark that allows them to hear and recognize, you know what I mean? You know, you don't have to really do this. And I get why you're doing it. If I had a six pack, I'd probably get butt ass naked for the revolution. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yo. Look,
you know what I'm saying?
Yo,
on some other shit. You know
can I tell her? All right, so check it. Yo, I'm gonna tell her I'm saying like a strip club story, right? All right,
Right.
So I used to be heavy in a strip club back in the day. You feel me? Before it was popular in Magic City, Club Nicky's, Gentleman Club. But I remember this one particular time in Club Nicky's, right? Oh yeah,
Right.
oh yeah, most definitely, most definitely. So yo, I remember this one particular time I'm walking through Club Nicky, right? And I don't know how I was walking, but this stripper stopped me, right? She stopped me and she stood me up. She straightened up my posture and she tilted my chin up. Listen to what I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
So she straightened me up and had me walking like a king in the strip club. You understand what I'm saying? She ain't asked for no dance, no nothing. She just straightened me up and stood me up straight. And I've been walking up straight ever since. So I'm saying that to say, yes, you do have some queens in the strip club. Don't get it twisted. You understand what I'm saying? The same way you're going to have some kings in prison. We spread out many different places. We are where we're supposed to be to reach who need to be reached at that moment. You understand what I'm saying? But when you have the mentality that a certain person is a certain way because they're in a certain place, you actually cheating yourself because you might could be missing out on a very important lesson and blessing.
Wait. Hold up. You got to say that again. You got to say that part one more time.
I said,
Mike, you got to say that again.
When you attempting to judge a person by where they are in a place at a certain time because of the activity, you might be missing out on an important lesson and blessing. You never know who's who and why they there. You understand what I'm saying? And we so quick. Like I got a saying that I've been saying for years. It's not what you think you see, but what you think before you see it. You understand what I'm saying? So we need to shout out Big Bro Malik Kalam ancestor, Zalud.
Salute.
Always thinking thoughts. Always thinking thoughts. And we have to get these young people to think. And that's what poetry does, going back to the poetry. Poetry, the way they put the words together, whether it's being aggressive, whether it's being arrogant, whether it's being passionate, the way they formulate these words connect to people's souls, and it opens something up and it wakes something up within them. And shit, you might hear a poet on the street corner, you might hear a poet on Def Comedy Jam, you might hear one at the bar, you might hear one at a carrier. You understand what I'm saying? So whenever it's time for you to receive that message, just make sure you are receptive. You understand what I'm saying?
Beautiful. One of the things that in Zinga Blue Bay just said was, no one ever told some sisters they're
You have to repeat that. You fade.
beautiful. They you know what I mean? And, especially, I said nobody. She said nobody ever told some of these sisters that they beautiful. You know what I'm saying? They're beautiful beyond the imagine. You know what I'm saying? Beyond what they're being told is beauty. So some of them have to express that I know I'm beautiful, but I look at my body, and they're right. You know what I mean? That the black woman body is beautiful. I used to go to strip clubs just to see black women naked, but not to talk to them.
Nah, I talk too.
I just wanted to look at the beautiful of black women. I ain't got no game, so I don't be talking. You know what I'm saying? But Milk, one of the things that I wanted you to touch base on was why that terminology of not being or them saying not being protected is an irritant to you. You know what I'm saying? And you know, just build on that a little something. You know what I mean? Because last week she said she was on and Zinga Blue Bay was on and said, no, we feel protected. And that was one of the first times I ever heard a sister even say that, because I hear it the other way around. And especially after this sister was shot and raped and left for dead by 3 brothers, you know what I'm saying? Just 3 weeks ago, man, you know what I mean? Just build on that for a second, please.
It's disgusting to me because, you know, first of all, I have a wife and I have daughters, and I would die for them. They know that. Not just that, any black sister around me, nobody not going to do nothing around me, whereas though I'm just sitting there and they just get disrespected in any type of way. Physically, mentally, it's nothing like that is happening around me or anybody I be around. So to hear a woman say that, first of all, I'm not saying that it's not happening out here. Yes, it is.
Right.
It's happening on both ends. Black men are getting disrespected and black women are getting disrespected. And the thing is, I think that's happening is a lot of times society push one way because they know if they get to our sisters, we done. If they get them, we done. Right? They pushing them. They pushing white men towards black women through TV. They pushing us to be. They pushing homosexuality to us. Whereas though if you get young black men and they become homosexual, that means it's less for black women. They have us selling drugs or killing ourselves, so you got black men in jail. There's so many different variations that make black men not be with black women to the point where as though, now first of all, if you are a homosexual, that's your business, right? But it's a difference between somebody trying to program you to be a homosexual and you just being born and you get to a certain age, you say, listen, this is what I like. It's a difference between you saying, hey, I like white men, right? Or you're saying you're being programmed to like white men, right? So I'm not saying that I agree or disagree with neither one of them, but what I will say is one of the main things that we got a problem with is the system is programming our people to, just like they program us to sell drugs, just like they programming women to dress promiscuous, just like they programming our men to be promiscuous, just like they programming us to kill each other, just like they programming us to just be dysfunctional, right? I could just sum it up as just be dysfunctional, right? So they're doing all these different things in different levels. And the thing is like we getting hit from different angles. So when I hear a Black woman say that they don't feel protected, I know it's a program. And I want to make sure that I understand what you're saying, but that's what's happening right now while you're in this position, because you're around us.
Right. Which and that's why I wanted you to articulate that, because I completely agree with that aspect. You know what I mean? And me and my brother K-Tex, we be going through it, we be talking back and forth. And I'm like, the Black woman is the backbone to the organization, and without the Black woman, we don't get things done and accomplished. You know what I'm saying? Should we even here without her mitochondria? You know what I mean? So I understand, like I said before, 400 years of that, but again, that 400 years is part of that programming. You know what I mean? And you touch base on one of the aspects of Black women now dealing with white men. Let me remind you, in America, North Carolina, this white DJ was going around sleeping with all these Black women and giving them AIDS. In Africa, white man going around sleeping with all these African women, Black women, giving them HIV. Y'all need to watch what you're doing, because these cats bring, you know what I'm saying, brought the disease in, and they acting like they with you, but they getting rid of, they doing their job to get rid of you. You know what I'm saying? And our job for you is to protect and provide you with more life. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just about the finances. It's about more life. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I wanted you to build on that. And of course, I knew he was going to kill it. You know what I'm saying?
Can I say something real quick? One of the reasons Black women are messing with white men is because the images they show of who we are is not us. It's not a true representation of who we are at the core. So if you got Black women believing that, one, is no good men, two, all Black men cheat, Black men treat women in a disrespectful way. If you think that, and then they showing white men and just serenading and treating them Black women like they the queens of the universe, and you showing that on TV, then that's what you think. You think that you need to mess with opposite of what you are. You need to mess with the enemy, because you are being programmed to believe that. Now, you name me 5 shows where as though right now happening where as though it's a Black man treating a Black woman like a Black queen. You can't. But if I tell you name me 5 shows where as though it's a white man treating a Black woman like a queen, you can name that, because they being programmed to believe bullshit.
Yep. Yes, I agree. 2016 is when I started to see it happen. You know what I'm saying? And when I seen it on a video game of some shit, there was a video game that it was after we had a nuclear holocaust and everybody had to live underground. It was a fat redneck white boy and a voluptuous Black woman, and they was together. You know what I mean? And that's in a video game. And I'm like, yo, that's happening now? Because I came up at a time where you did. Well, I seen Captain Kirk kiss the green woman. I mean, then kiss the Black woman. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, what's that? You know what I'm saying? That was hush hush. You didn't do that. But now they have to make sure that the interracial situation is in every show, as well as the agenda of the homosexuality is everywhere. Go ahead, Milk.
Can I say something? The thing is like, it's even before that. I'm gonna tell you when they first did it, and I told my wife this when I saw it. Princess and the Frog.
Who?
Yes.
Princess and the Frog. That's the first scene they played.
Oh, I ain't watching.
Yeah, you did. See, in your mind is frogs, but when you think about it, it's a Black woman with a white man.
Yeah.
All right. So they got all type of little tricks, and a lot of the tricks they play on this is through movies.
Yeah.
All right.
When you watch movies, when I look at movies, I'm like, what are they trying to make me think? What are they trying to make this world think? So yeah, Princess of the Frog is one of the important ones, because it gets them when they're young. White, like if you're not seeing a relationship with a Black man where it's like the Cosby's, just like all of us, we seen the Cosby's growing up, right? So we seen that strong Black blood. We seen Martin and Gina. We seen George Jefferson and his wife. We seen James Evan and his wife. We seen that on TV. We seen Sanford and Son crawl over Elizabeth. We seen these different things, right? But the generation below us, the only thing that they have is Blackish. They had Blackish, right? Besides that, I can't think of nothing else. So if you don't have nothing else and you growing up, and and everything you see, you seeing power, you seeing ghosts cheat on his black wife, and you see his black wife tell him that she want him to be the biggest kingpin in the world. You see her telling him, trying to push her son to be the biggest kingpin. You see these things. This is not what black women do. Black women not sacrificing their kids for drugs. I'm not saying it's not happening. I'm saying it's a minute portion of something like this happening. But what they do is they get into your mind, your conscious, and they push your mind and make you think, oh, this is the way. This is the way. You do it through that, they do it through music. And before you know it, you caught up. You wake up, you're 30, 40 years old, your whole life been fucked up. They got a game for us, man.
Yeah. I know a couple of brothers who kind of got into the information later on. But by the time they did, they got 3-4 children from a white girl. You know what I mean? They grew up like, oh yeah, and a lot of cats I grew up with. You know what I'm saying? Got children by white women thinking that they were in a better situation, and then later on found out, you know what I'm saying, what they really thought about them, or found out, you know what I mean, what kind of harshness comes with that. You know what I mean? They're like, they literally was beat up by the police because they driving down the street with a white girl. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason. The cops seen that, pulled him over, pulled him out the car, whooped his ass. You know what I'm saying? And then, all right, get out of here. You know what I mean? That type of thing, just to get their groove on, because, you know what I mean, they was the cops who couldn't get no play, and how dare you come to get they white woman and defame her with your black phallus. You understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, go ahead.
I'm going to throw a thought out there to both of y'all. I never shared this thought. It's in my head, but I never really shared. So it might be, I want to see what y'all think about this.
Oh, we like first around here. We like first.
All right. We the first people here, right? On this planet. Right?
Right.
So if we the first people here,
true.
Like, first of all, like, me, myself, I'm married to a black woman. I want my kids to marry black people. I want to be clear on that.
Right.
So let's be clear on that portion before I say this.
Right.
But if we the first people here, don't that mean that anybody on this planet really is just representations of us, just different variations? If we really the first people here, isn't whether you white, Mexican, Spanish, Puerto Rican, Chinese, aren't you just offspring of black people, really?
You know, that's what science say anyway.
That's my thought process, but I'm going to ask y'all about what y'all think about something like that. So when you see a black man or a black woman with a white man, are they really with a white person, or are they really just with an offspring or a generic version of what a black person is? That's the question I'm going to ask.
Right. So
I'm not saying I co-sign it. I'm not saying I'm cool with it. I'm just saying what y'all think. No.
Yeah, I got you. I'm a spice it up a little something. I don't even think they from this planet. I think they had to utilize the original human to create this being, but I don't think they're from this planet. And the ones who might be in more of a connection have a uncalcified pineal gland and will fight and die, you know what I mean, for the cause of the liberation of the black man. If you're not ready to fight and die, then you're not on squad. You know what I'm saying? But in the aspect, and I always go back to Haiti, you know what I mean, IT, because they're the example of liberation. They utilized the German and the Polish who were there. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't the German and Polish who got them back into the situation, but it was the mind state of the colonizer religion and the Christians who got them into their situation, even though they got out of their situation utilizing their natural spiritual essence. They did that. But to me, you mean a lot of these Caucasians, Europeans, whatever you want to call them, they are here to change the earth so it can fit who dropped them off perspective. You know what I'm saying? Living. Now, there's no proof beyond what I'm saying, but there's also no proof to where they come from. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere you dig, it's us. So in what you were saying, Mike, the scientific aspect, they're all holding part of that mitochondria. You know what I'm saying? Which is what I think they know
genetically they got to reinsert that mitochondria because they ain't really been in control longer than 200, 400 years. You know what I'm saying? So they know that their time is at the end and they got to do something else. But when you have that Caucasian European who's what I call the John Brown squad, you know what I'm saying? And they dealing with that, you have a different type, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I don't trust them. Why? How can I trust them? And they understand that. The ones that I know, they understand why I can't trust them. Why they can't make one mistake around me. Not one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't play none of that shit. You know what it is? You come around me, that's what it is. I don't have to verbally abuse them all the time or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you better be on your best P's and Q's around me, because if not, I'm going to give you
discipline,
caveman ass whooping you asking for. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that aspect. But I also don't think that they just came from us. I think there's a piece of us in them, because you have to use us to create something that looks like, you know what I mean, two arms, two legs, fingers. You know what I mean? You got to go to the original. But you're right. There are lower level copies in some sort and clones. And that being the case, you know, I mean, why are you going with the clone when you can have, the original? You just got to deal with you got to do your nurturing thing, you know what I mean, as the mother of civilization and humanity, you know what I'm saying? And we got to reinfuse that thought pattern in them to get there, to get it. But it's also part of that propaganda, part of that agenda to separate us from having us fully. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I mean? I get what you're saying. And I have these discussions, you know what I mean? But it also led me to, these niggas aliens? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't find where they started at. So where did they come from? Somebody had to drop them the fuck off here. You know what I'm saying? And let's not act like we don't have other entities and other dimensions happening. We knew that. You know what I'm saying? We knew it better than anybody else. We told them about Sirius B. You know what I'm saying? Before they even knew there was a Sirius B. So we know about the situation. But I think they were dropped off. But I think they were dropped off for the balance. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't have the good without the bad. You can't have, you know what I'm saying? Like, how are you going to triumph over something if you don't have tribulation? So I think they have a purpose here. You know what I'm saying? And it's our purpose to reestablish our divinity. Fuck superiority. Fuck, you know what I mean? Anything else. It's our divinity. We are connected to the cosmos in a way that they can never be. So that's the difference for me. You know what I'm saying? Damn, I took a lot of time. My fault, Mike.
No, you good, bro. You good. I like that. I like that talk.
Yeah, bro, you good.
Mike, go ahead, man. I know, because Mike got. Come on, man. I know you got some, Mike.
Yo, man. Woo, bro. All right. Let me start off by saying, like you was just saying, Sundiata, there's no proof to anything really. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that to say, me and my son had a conversation when he was about 12, and we come to the conclusion that everything is theory. You know what I'm saying? You could have your theory, he could have his. People agree upon the, you know what I'm saying, most favorable theory that become fact. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying that to say, how long the earth been here, how long man been here, truth be told, bro, even though my ancestors been here since the beginning, I don't know, bro. It's been that long. So for me to sit here and say who came from where and wah. Now, don't get me wrong. At one point in time, as you were saying to Milk, when we all come into a new knowledge, we present it to others aggressively. So at some point in time, hell yeah, I stand on who was the first, blase, because all that was truth. But as you grow, And as you learn and as you mature, you learn you don't know shit. And you also learn that
No
these
shit.
same people you calling your enemy is the same one who giving you this information that you standing on. You know what I'm saying? But now going back to my little small town in North Carolina, man, I remember growing up hearing classmates, male and female, say they wanted to have children by a white man or a white woman so they could have quote unquote pretty babies with good hair. So as Malcolm X would say, who taught you to hate yourself? What? Because some still think like that, or some may think about the troubles. Because look, one of the reasons I'm so pro-black and I love Africa so much is because them same classmates reminded me that I was from Africa. Oh boy. You understand what I'm saying? I'd have been every kind of African there is before I even knew what the hell they were.
Right.
But
right.
I give thanks for that. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm saying that also to say that people choose their own lives for whatever reason. Now, I have 7 nephews. 5 of those 7 nephews are with non-black women, if I'm correct. You know what I mean? My older brother was. Now, once again, I don't know their reasons. You understand what I'm saying? I did read an article once that said if you are watching a movie or anything on TV and you're not a white male, after you watch that movie, you will most likely be depressed because the white man is always the hero and you can only identify with your character. And if you're not a white man, you won't be able to identify with that. And I'm saying that to say even the images of Jesus, kings, queens, whatever, has always been non-black people.
Hey Mike, can I jump in real quick?
Sure, bro. Go ahead.
I want you to start. I want you to go back. I just want to say one thing. When you was in school and they was saying that they want to have light-skinned kids with pretty hair and all that old silliness, right?
Yeah.
They were saying that because of what you just said. I'm quiet now. As far as seeing Jesus and stuff like that on movies, that's why they was that programming that was talking about earlier.
And that's what I'm getting at. So until we understand these learned behaviors and patterns and conditions and programs and spells that we're under, we won't be able to begin to make a change. And sometimes the ones we trying to reach don't even realize. Now, I just recently heard it only takes 20 years to change some shit. And think about it. Look at how we went from the 60s, it was black power. 70 pimps and hoes. 80s cracked out. 20 years. That's a major change. But at the same time, if we can make a change like that in 20 years, we can make a positive change as well. But once again, it has to be the proper propaganda programming, right? And a plan, a program could only run if the computer, you feel me, accept it, if they download it. They download the app and they run it. So once they realize their mind is being programmed so many ways, so many days, and until they realize, like your granddaughter said, they being hacked. You feel what I'm saying?
They're being hacked.
Right. Until they know that they can reprogram. Hey, we ain't gonna get too deep on that right there, but you know what? You feel me, Sandy? But until they realize that they need to be reprogrammed, rebooted. You feel me? The mind, body, soul. And we could debate all day on who's first, who woo 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 woo. All them could be some distractions, because if we are true from the infinite source, it don't matter who was here first. We was here. We always been here. And if we are the ancestors, like we say, we gonna be back again. If this is never ending, you understand what I'm saying? Right. So, but it's whatever they have done over these past 1,000 years. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, we could read history books, and many different people say out of nowhere they just appeared. True indeed. That is some shit. But something I like to ask is, if we are the original man and we are here first, right? How did we let the ones, going back to the babies, how do we let the ones with the shortest lifespan,
I say the same fucking thing, man,
tell the history of the world?
Right. What Malik used to say, the creature can't tell me nothing because I was created by the creator. The creator then created me. Y'all niggas is creatures. I'll add this. The development of the mind happens between 0 and 32. You know what I'm saying? So if we put that in you know what I mean, aspects of growth, that same 20 years to program somebody, we could take the next 20 years to reprogram them, because it took 40 years to get out of the so-called mystery schools probation. Like, you was just out of probation in 40 years, and they started at 2. You know what I'm saying? So, but by the time all they knew was this, they still, you know what I mean, they still had to, walk through years of walking that way. You mean before, okay, you've elevated yourself enough. And if it took us 40 years to get to that elevation, we are all behind the ball at this point. You know what I'm saying? So even where we at, and convo and talking and thought patterns, you know what I'm saying, is so far behind this shit. And this is kind of one of the reasons why I listen to what the children have to say, but I also realize that they have an undeveloped mind, and it's keen to be programmed. So I don't follow their instruction. I do listen to what they have to say, because out of the mouth of babes, you know what I mean, comes the right steps. And the children are the ones who actually teach the adults how to be parents. You don't know how to be a parent until you have a child. You can see people doing parenting things, but you don't really know what it's like. And so that I put that in the same aspect. What we did was we allowed the children to run the household as thinking this was the best way, nurturing. And people think, for us to be in the position we're in, if we're dealing with everybody from an honest perspective and dealing with universal laws with a group of people who don't even understand or can't connect with the universe at all. You understand what I'm saying? And I say that the proof in that is, look at how we treating the children now under a full colonized control. You know what I'm saying? We are fully under the colonizer's mind, and they told us that we can't discipline our children one way or the other. If we yell at them too much, if we talk to them, anything we do, we in 1984 right now, they're going to call the thought police on us. You understand what I'm saying? And so I think that's where we dropped the ball, as well as we saved them from the Black Plague. The Black Plague was doing what nature do. It was dealing with the human ecology. You know what I'm saying? And we went in there and said, wait, we can save you. And so now we dealing with the repercussions of stopping nature doing its job. You understand what I'm saying? And that kind of put us in a funky position. But we were dealing with universal law with the people who wasn't. So if you're not dealing with universal law, You just going through whatever. And they did to physically take control. You know what I'm saying? We nourished as the mitochondria of the black woman did to us. They overpowered and they cheated and they lied, and then they use a smoke screen now to program everybody to keep them in that situation. You know what I'm saying? So if we don't do that, if we recognize what it is, then our job is, hey, yo, I don't even function with them at all. I don't deal with their holidays. I don't deal with none of that. You know what I mean? But there also needs to be people who are working within the system, just like the Underground Railroad. You know what I mean? You have cats who was regular everyday guys. You know what I'm saying? You didn't know they was pro abolition, but what they did was they opened up their homes. They opened up their, you know what I mean? They dug ditches. They dug tunnels. You know what I'm saying? And so we got to find the right people who do that. And that's hard right now when even we are being infiltrated by agents. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my thought on that aspect. So back forward to you, Milk. Where is the next place that you're going to be at, the next couple of places? Because the brothers stay busy. You know what I'm saying? I love it, though. You know what I'm saying? Where are you going to be at in the next month or two?
I'm going out to. I went to 2 spots last night. I'm going out to 2. I'm going out to 2 spots tomorrow. But the next show I'm hosting is in June. I host at Cat's Cafe every third Saturday. Next month we doing my partner, she's doing something for sexual abuse awareness. So the third Saturday of next month I won't be hosting. We let somebody else host because I'm wild. I'll probably say some crazy stuff, and I don't want to. I always let somebody else host. Cause I want people to feel comfortable when we talk about sexual abuse. I want to be able to just be me and be free when I'm on stage, say what I want to say, act like I want to act, and not make a person feel uncomfortable if I want to just say jokes and stuff like that. So we let somebody else host every May. Somebody else hosts every May. So in June, third Saturday, you can come see me. This year I featured in Washington D.C. I was in Augusta. Of course, I've done shows here in Atlanta. I've done shows in South Carolina, North Carolina, Alabama. I got a show I'm doing in Chicago in July, I believe. I'm a featured in Apache in DC. I mean, in December. So yeah, man. I'm just, I just be out here working, man. But more than anything, I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yo, do me a favor. You said you host Cat's Cafe every third Saturday?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so do yourself a favor as well. Give everybody the address because this video has playback value. You just told them the name. Tell them the address of the venue and the city. They might want to pull up on you Saturday. Let them, you feel me? So they know exactly where to go.
Most definitely. Just follow me on This Milk. If you see the @ sign up there, that's my IG name. That's all my social medias. That's where you can find my YouTube, my Facebook page, and also my IG page. And if you want to go to LinkedIn and see some of my other interviews, TK Kirkland interviewed me maybe a couple months ago. You can look at that interview on LinkedIn. Not LinkedIn, I'm sorry, Linktree / This Milk, and you can see a whole bunch of different things I'm a part of. And also you can follow the Village Inspired Poets page whenever you're ready. And if you want to read any of my books, my first book is called Young, Arrogant, and Invincible. It's about when I was younger growing up in Baltimore. And the second book is called I Apologize. And the third book I'm currently working on now. I'm just doing some edits. See, I'm doing some edits, and it should be out maybe in December. I try to put my books out on my birthday as a gift to myself. And so last year I put out, 2 years ago, I put out I Apologize on my birthday. In 2016, I put out Young, Arrogant, and Invincible on my birthday. And this year, I'm going to put out my book on my birthday this year also. So that's the goal.
Yo, I salute you.
Beautiful. One of the things that...
Many things.
Thank you, bro.
Yes, sir.
I salute you. I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
One of the things that we do here, because we got to check the mind segment and we into the vintage season, is as an artist, you can't come on here and not give us some art. The word is important, and we don't do it over the music necessarily. We play the music, but we want the people to hear what you're saying. And then after you do that, give them a little synopsis breakdown of what you were talking about. You know what I'm saying? So we can just get the people more into the lyrics and stuff like that. So it doesn't matter what it is, man. Just give us a little something, and let the people know what it is, and then speak on what you were talking.
All lives matter. All lives matter. If all lives matter, why you're on the front lines and our brains is getting splattered? Nothing but chatter. You chatty patties march for faggies. Excuse me, sexual rights more than human rights. You got me all riled up for nothing. You niggas bluffing. See, they use you against you to justify the evils that they do. Our greatest weakness is compassion. Always have, always will be. Some of you prayer warriors praying for the same motherfuckers trying to kill me. When y'all talking about killing each other, y'all talk that stick talk. When I start talking, I start killing crooked cops, y'all start talking that bitch talk. Whenever we try to fix our shit, you misguided, misused, confused coons get mad, mimicking your masters like, all cops not bad, but in the same group, fuck them, they equal. Whenever you heard 100 cops say we need to treat them equal because it's fucked up the way we treating black people, but you still have compassion. When we getting shot by cops, I wonder they mentally laugh and see you think it's a joke until you getting choked out for selling smokes. He can't breathe, he's reaching for his chest to catch his breath, but you watching a video like, why is he resisting arrest? Sensationalizing our records so the cop who killed the unarmed black man is respected. Video footage is neglected. You seeing it with your own eyes and you still don't get the message. What's that? Not convinced? Innocent here. Take a couple $1 million for your dead kids. Your parents don't care if they die or live. Plus, they too high and organized and fat to fight back. Look on Facebook. It's always cool out here making posts with jokes while we out here fighting for hope. We mean mug each other every day because we never fought for our freedom. I'm thinking to myself, where all the real niggas at when you need them? If niggas talk about freedom like they talk about sports, bitches, and hip hop, we'd be free, see. You can be black and proud, but shh, not too loud. Lower your voice. You might attract a crowd. See you. Monkey see, monkey do. You're only allowed to share your views if it's currently playing on the news. But in fact, that shit will way off in a week or two. Are you really willing to fight? Or you just trying to protest or go post a picture online later at night? See, I really want to march, but Macy's having a sale today on this new watch. So how long before this boycott stop? We weak, soft, comfortable. A bunch of bitches. Some of you house niggas did your own people dirty so you don't wash your dishes. If you look at the picture for the past, our great-grandparents was really poor. It feel like this stage of the game, we should be able to endure more. Giving up a piece of our soul hour after hour. We become whores for money, trinkets, and attention, and illusion of power. But you know what's fucked up about this point that got me really sad? I'm telling you how they killing every black person in here, but you more offended by the word fag. Dag.
Hardcore
My whole family
shit right
sleeps, so I
there.
couldn't do it the way I really want to do it.
Right. I got you.
My whole family upstairs sleeps, so I couldn't do it the way I really want to do it. The way I
Oh,
really
nah,
want to
but
get
we
it.
felt it though. We felt it. We felt
Yeah,
it.
we felt that shit. It was and trust, I know exactly what you mean. I know what you mean. Give me a little insight on that. What inspired you to do that particular piece? To write that piece?
Just how most like some people who gay they identify as being gay, but like the way I look at you, like you black. You know what I mean? So when I don't think like if you gay, you get pulled over, you can use the gay card and say, hey, I'm gay, so I can get out of this, right? I feel like I look at us like we won. I don't care who you are, you black, you on my team. You understand what I'm saying? So me me saying these faggies is like a key word to make you pay attention to that, to make you be like, why he say that, right? Then at the end, me bringing it back up to make you say, damn, he brought it back up. But I'm saying to you, like, I'm talking about so many different things about us getting slaughtered out here. But your mind is so focused on this one little word, right, that you can't even get past what I'm trying to say. So that's one part of it. The next part of it, when I say you chatty patty, no, not that part. The part when I say, what's that? Not convinced, innocent here. Take a couple $1 million for your dead kids. Your parents don't care if he dies or lives. So a lot of times what happens is like right now, something happened to one of my kids, bro, it's on. We up.
Yeah.
Somebody did, like one of my, like police killed one of my kids, it's a problem. Like one of them the police that killed my kid is going to die.
Yeah.
Fuck that money. Keep that money. You know what I mean? Like now, well, let me say, make sure the police who killed my kid unjust. Let's say it the right way. Unjust, right? If my kid out here doing all type of wild stuff and they shoot at the police and they wind up getting killed, I don't like it. But you was doing some wild stuff, right? But if you do something like the thing when it happened with Zimmerman, yo, ain't nowhere in the world this man should be walking around, yo. As a black father, yo, ain't nowhere in the world my son will be walking around here. You gonna do this, to my son? And you gonna and I can't eat that. I ain't eating that. So when I say here's a couple $1 million for your dead kid, see what happened. A lot of us, we get so caught up in the money, the financial aspect of it. Oh, let's sue the police department. Let's ride on these motherfuckers, bro. Like fuck that suing shit. Like let's ride on them. So when I say here's a couple $1 million for your dead kids, your parents don't care if they die or live. Plus they too out and organized and fat to fight back. I'm saying like we getting high off pills, we getting high off crack, we getting high off dope. We so out of it mentally, we don't even know we under attack. We don't even know we on a war. And then we fat. So it's like, can you run 10 miles? Can you run 5 miles? Can you be able to fast for a half a day or a day if the food get low? So that's some of that encoded stuff in that part of it, right? When I talk about Macy's sale today on a new watch, see, a lot of times what happens is I see people posting different things of they marching or they fighting different things, but I do want people to post what they're doing, right? That's one thing. I do want, because if you want to make anything, you gotta make consciousness be the shit. To me, that's my thought process. You gotta make consciousness the shit, because right now they made it where as though consciousness is like, you conscious. You know what I mean, it's like a backhanded smack. So I do want it to be. I want it to be promoted. But what I'm saying is, a lot of times what happens is people really not going hard for the cause. So what they do is they post a picture and make it seem like they doing this, that, and the other, but they're not really doing what need to be done, the real work. Like like right now, it's like we interviewing. Like to me, you just interviewing people. As long as if people listen to this interview, they're gonna hear seeds from each one of us in here, right? So to me, whether you're doing an interview and you dropping seeds, whether you're outside and you dropping seeds, whether you're doing a song, you dropping seeds, whether you're going to the schools and talking to people and talking to seeds, whether you're talking to your son, friends, dropping seeds, as long as you're doing something, you're doing what you're supposed to do, to me, right? But it's a lot of times when people do this, they'll take a picture and act like they just doing so many different things, but I ain't doing shit. You start talking to them, they don't know nothing about nothing. You know what I mean? So when I say, and then another thing is like when we going through certain struggles, you see a person always posting jokes online. Like, so it's like we could be going through hell and there's always somebody like making jokes. Like I understand you want to laugh through the pain, but sometimes like it ain't shit funny. You know what I mean? Like we dying out this bitch. We dying. So the poem is led, bro. The poem is just like I would have to really give you the whole thing. I probably had to like write it down and just look at it and break that shit down, because it's a whole bunch in it. It's like it's condensed with a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I heard, again, you know what I'm saying? I heard the mastery in it, and I heard the simplistic aspect that can pull somebody in, because you telling them what's really happening, and then you approach them with, something that shouldn't be as drastic as the drastic things happening, and it chin checks their psyche, which makes it a perfect spot to be here, because this is check. It was check the mind. So you chin check their mind when you're having that conversation, and they have to, and it forces them to now make a decision. And I love that about it. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that shit is fire, man. It's fire.
Let me say something else. The all lives matter part. That's to white people, meaning like, if you really, and I say all lives matter. If all lives really matter, why are you on the front lines and our brains is getting splattered? And I say nothing but chatter. And then I say, you chatty patty march for faggies. So I'm saying, like, y'all say all this shit about all lives matter, but y'all will push the homosexual agenda towards our people. So y'all march for that. But so y'all
Yeah.
marching for sexual rights, but not human rights. You got me all
Yeah.
riled up for nothing. And then I say, you niggas bluffing. I say, they use you against you to justify the evils that they do, right? So what I'm saying is, it's like, let's say like a lot of times, like let's say somebody get killed, right? What they do is they have a black person talk about a black person on, so they use you against you to justify the evils that they do. And then I say our greatest weakness is compassion. We so compassionate. We always want to like, let's just hug and let's do everything. That, like, no, fuck this, bro. We got to build our own house. Let's not start worrying about other motherfuckers and shit like that. Nobody worrying about, like you example, when the shit was happening in Russia, oh, we gotta stand up for Russia. We always want to do different things for different people because we understand our oppression. But the thing is, it's like nobody give a fuck about us.
Mm-hmm.
And if we put all our energy into what we
Dr.
put
John
all our
Holmes
energy into
said,
us, we put all, like, we the shit, bro. Like, we some bad motherfuckers. If we put all our energy into
Yes,
what
sir.
we're doing, man, I'm gonna tell you like this. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. If I was white, I'll put that pressure on y'all motherfuckers too, because I know y'all some bad motherfuckers. I'm not letting you
Yeah,
up.
they got you. Yeah, they
I'm
doing
letting
their
you up,
job.
but you gonna run over top. Like, listen, if they play fair with us, bro, we'll run them the fuck over, bro. You know that. They play fair with us, we'll run
show it to
them
them in
the fuck
everything you do.
over. So,
Right.
so why would I?
They
Why
doing what
would?
they supposed to do.
And here's the thing: it's like so. I mean, the thing is like they know we the shit. We gotta know we the shit. And I ain't talking about none of this bullshit. I ain't talking about stuff like this. I'm talking about like
Right.
here. Like once we get this together here, we'll take this whole shit over like we supposed to be. But until we understand that, like being a shit has nothing to do with what you wear, what you drive, who you sleeping with. None of that materialistic, superficial ass shit. Once we get that in our mind, that being a shit is like me saying, like, "Hey, brothers, I love both of y'all, man. Y'all some good brothers. I love y'all. I love the way y'all think. Let's push this shit." Like that's the shit that we need to look. Like once we understand the power of loving each other and making sure we looking out for each other, make sure we have each other back, we're running this whole shit. Once we understand that, once we understand, like, yo, I ain't against you, you ain't against me, we're on the same team, we'll win. Once Oprah and once all the people who got the money, once they use their money to say, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna build up Baltimore. I'm gonna build up Philly. I'm gonna build up Detroit. I'm gonna build up all. I mean, I say fuck all that going on. Now, I want to be clear. Go to Africa, but fix this shit first. Show them the template here. Once all these, like, imagine this. Imagine Magic Johnson, Oprah Winfrey, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Bob Johnson, all right, and Al Layman. Let's say them 6 people alone. Let's say they say, you know what? We're gonna build up all the cities, right? And we're gonna have a meeting. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna tell the people in the cities, like, listen, let's make the city the shit. Because the city the shit, the food there, everything, it's the shit. You change the thought process and you say building schools with people who teach you how to do credit, teach you how to do whatever you do, right? We start doing these different things and we push these different things. We could take over, like, bro, I swear we probably could take over, like, what you say, 20 years? Really, probably like 10 years. And what we do is we don't isolate Nicki Minaj, or we isolate.
Nah.
What we do is we use them for our marketing. Since y'all already got the voices of the people, y'all got the ear of the people. All right, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go. I want you to go watch this show. I want you to look at this particular person. I want you to go look at Marcus Garvey. I need you to do these different things. We use them for the marketing scheme. Then our soldiers, we tell our soldiers, like, yo, look, this is what the Crips, the Bloods, the GDs, the Black Mafia family. We tell them, like, yo, y'all are the soldiers. And here's the thing: us who got the minds, we got to make sure we keep pushing that information so we can, like, give them. We was talking about hacking earlier. Like my son said, we got to give them an update. Here with a new update. This is how we thinking now. And here's the other thing: once we start getting to the money, we got to demolish this whole system. We got to do it because this whole system, like, nobody should have to work. We wasn't put here to work. We was put here to, yeah, you got to build your own house and you got to hunt and stuff like that. But for the most part, this whole system, we need to demolish this whole thing. But we got to get control of it to do it. We got to make sure we have schools, hospitals, educational. I said schools already. Soldiers, teachers. When I say teachers, meaning like, yeah, but it's teachers out here. But if you don't know where to go at to get the information, you just don't know. But if we use the people
Right,
who's
right.
the Will Smiths, all these people who's already famous, who got millions of people, we use them to push them to the information to get the real knowledge. Man, we can win. It'll be easy. To me, it'll be easy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
easy, but you got to be in that mind state, and
started,
a lot of people not.
right. They're not. I'm gonna close out this aspect, you know what I'm saying? Because I know it's getting late. Everybody got to get some rest in by saying on my behalf, by saying this. we have the opportunity. We're in a chaotic time. Then you're going to turn y'all to bring that order into fruition. How are you going to manifest the order of liberation? Because you think you free, but as long as you got to ask permission to drive down the street, as long as you got to ask permission to come and gather, that ain't free. As long as you got to pay somebody some money so that you can go fishing and feed your family, that ain't free. You understand? Liberation means you truly receive the freedom of the cosmos. And the cosmos got more power and energy than this system and society and the man running it. He's a dying king. You know what I'm saying? You kick them when they down on the ground. That's what you do. That's what my daddy said. You don't let them up. They ain't letting you up. You know what I'm saying? So not to be a victim of anything, because we're victors, and all we do if we put our minds to it. So get your mind checked right. Get yourself in the fight and make sure that you stay alive day and night until you win. That's my solution for that. You know what I'm saying? As always, it's revolt or die, because they've been killing you anyhow. Facts. Yo, Mike, let them know something, man. Last thoughts.
Yo, man. Look, man. Y'all pretty much said it all, man. But what I was hearing whenever Milk was wrapping it up, you feel me, the poem, you know, and just the way they killing us and have been doing for a long time. You feel me, many different ways, programming, blase, like it's a large umbrella. One thing that came to mind, Sundi, was a album title of your favorite group, Public Enemy, Fear of a Black Planet. And to me, that pretty much just sums it up, you feel me, with all of the massacres that's been going on around the globe for the past 1,000 years of people of color. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
But yes, it would be a beautiful thing for all of us to, at some point in time, come together without all the infiltrations, without all the, you feel me, the competitions to, you know what I'm saying? Shit, I'm better than this nigga better listen to this shit, them niggas over there, blah, 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 all that. You feel me? That unity would be beautiful, but it is what it is until then, and we all know what it is.
Yes, sir. Milk, get a little bit of closing in. Before you do that, I want to make sure that I give you your machetes. I don't give out flowers over here. Flowers are for the dead. We live and we fighting. And in the middle of the fight, as a warrior, grab this machete. You know what I'm saying? It's going to save the lives of your family, yourself, and the culture. So you get a truckload of machetes coming from the Hardcorrespondent Podcast, and us who are affiliated here. We salute you and we thank you for your work in the streets, on the stage, in the books, and in your family. You know what I'm saying? Which is very important, people. Very important. God, man, give us your last thoughts. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I mean? Go ahead, get the family, God.
My last thought is, I'm the shit because we the shit. You know what I mean? Like we just need to make sure we stick together and make sure that we just understand that if we look out for each other and we stick together, we can take this shit back over. But we'll never be able to take that shit back over unless we stick together, because one winning, that ain't enough. Oprah winning, that ain't enough. Will winning, that's not enough. Jay-Z winning, that's not enough. What happens when all of us win? Because here's the thing: if I'm making, if like let's say all three of us right now, like I'm making $50 million and y'all not eating, I'm weak. To me, I'm weak still. If I'm eating, we eating. That's how I look at life. If I'm eating, we eating. If we ain't eating, we starving. You know what I mean? So, and you gotta make sure you. I don't want to be clear on something, because I use a lot of different stars to make a point, but at the same time, it's like I understand a lot of them are just master distractors. I understand what they are. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I also know they can be utilized as the marketing system, because they has the ears and the hearts of people who don't know no better. And if we use them to push them to people who know better, we can win. It'll be an easier win. You know what I mean? So once they understand that at any given time they can castrate you, use the media to castrate you, they understand that we're all on the same team still. You know what I mean? Like they can't fuck with us, bro. It's not like they just can't fuck with us. You know what I mean? But you gotta know that. You gotta know, like, yo, guess what? I ain't competing against neither one of these brothers. You know why? Because I love them. You know what I mean? I want them to win. You know what I mean? That's how you gotta look at it. You gotta look at it like, I want my brothers to win. I want my sisters to win. Once you have it in your mind, and you'll realize who's the real competition. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna end it like this. Easter was Sunday just passed. When I was younger, man, Easter coming up, I throwing some fly ass shit. We competing for the ignorant shit. One day I was like, yo, I ain't competing against my. You know, when I was young, I was like, I'm not competing against my people no more, man. I want to compete against them, the enemy. That's who you compete against. That's who you compete against. And once you start competing against the enemy, and you realize every black person you see, we on the same team, even if they brainwashed to look at you as the enemy, once they get reprogrammed, they still your peoples. Don Lemon is still your people. As ignorant as his thought process is, the way he think, he's still your people. You just got to reprogram his thought process. Now, I will lean towards somebody like David Banner being my people more than a Don Lemon, but if you black, we got to get these people, man. All of them. Whether you gay, whether you have a Caucasian thought process, or we still got to get to them, man. To me, that's my thought process on it. That's my ending.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man.
No black left behind.
No black left behind. I hear you. I like that. Thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for blessing us with your presence. You know what I'm saying? And I can qualify that last statement because every time I done came someplace to do something, I mean, he spoke with whoever was running it and allowed me to get on the microphone and express myself. And as an artist, you know what I mean, you don't necessarily get that, and you don't necessarily get that love. But I seen it with my own 3 eyes. First eye first, the other 2 came along, and I appreciate love that. So thank you very much for that. And that is the qualifying statement to his ending statement. And for that being the case, y'all, you know what it is. This part of the show is over. I got to get to the after party, and then I got to get upstairs to the wife and make sure that she's good. Shout out to everybody who has a mate. Shout out to your mate. Shout out to everybody who has children. Shout out to everybody who tuned in, who paid attention. If you did not, tonight, like Mike said, this is going to be on the John. Go to the YouTube to do the Knowledge Radio. It'll be there. It's also on Sundiata, the Great MVE YouTube page. We need the subscribers. Please subscribe. Please like. Please share. And let's just keep this thing motivated. You know what I mean? And keep expressing. Salute to both of y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Salute.
Yes, sir. Knowledge born. Salute. I need to see some of them videos. You know what I'm saying? And if you can, you know what I mean, keep an eye out, man. These videos that Dallas comes with, man, they ridiculously dope, and they be saying the things that need to be said. You know what I'm saying? Yo, until he puts a video on, I gotta give.
Now, you're right. Of course, the black people are in the worst. They have had the worst treatment. But isn't it also possible that if the white people, the poor people, the people down in my neighborhood, the white people, those that don't work, those that are on welfare, those that have nothing, if they got together too, and you help us, we'll help you. You help us get up there. You help us get rid of some of these people that are pressing down on us.
No, I say you should be just as active in your neighborhood as you have been in our neighborhood.
Is that possible? All right, we get our neighborhood real hot. Everybody's going for something. We alone, there are too few of us. There are too many men up there with all their cop cars and everything.
That's what they're always telling you. Never let your enemy tell you how many of you there are. Never let the man that you're against form your opinions. This is the trick that's played on everyone who's oppressed. The first thing, an occupation, when you have a revolution in the country, the first thing you take over is the radio. And then you start telling the people, everybody, the war is over. And so all of them surrender. No, they believe that thing right there. And once they take that over, they start telling you where you are and where they are, and you fall right in line. It's plain thought control. The majority of the American people aren't segregationists. That the majority of the American people aren't imperialists. But the government is, the structure is, the power faction is. So, how then do all the majority go along with it? Because those who sit in power over the television, over the radio, and over the press is constantly telling those who are the masses how free they are. And how this they are and how that they are. So a mistake is made on your part when you think that white people suffer the same as black people. Or as many Jews will say, well, we're a minority too. Or the Irish will say, well, we used to be a minority. No one's a minority like we are. They didn't need civil rights legislation to solve any other minority problem. It didn't take a civil war to solve any other minority problem. It didn't take Supreme Court decisions to solve any other minority problem or legislation. It takes none of that action to solve the minority problems of these other people. The only real minority in America is the Afro-American. Now, when white people, who are oppressed and poor, supposedly, but the poorest white person can go where the richest black person can't go. It isn't only poverty of in money that we're talking about. Poverty in spirit, poverty in freedom, poverty in equality, poverty in human dignity. This is the kind of poverty we're suffering from. So that the richest Negro in this country is still poor. When it comes to freedom, he's broke. When it comes to human dignity, he's broke. This is the kind of poverty we're talking about. So when you find white people who are poor, with all these doors that there are open to them, any door that you knock on, if you're qualified, it'll open. So when you find a poor white person, he's in bad shape. He's in...
Mm-hmm.
So I get down there and I say, hey man, so look, I got this case I'm going through, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what to do for real. I'm chasing the nigga, I can't whack the nigga gone. You know what I'm saying? So boom, what can I do? The nigga called 9 on the nigga. What you want me to do? What can I do? And I say, look, what's up with this Santeria thing, man?
We ain't gonna get into all that.
What's up with
people's gonna get scared.
Nah,
that's all them. Hold on, time out.
Tell them to pull their fucking skirts down.
Hold on. We gonna come back.
Devil's lecture on me. Car full of pepperoni, got radar detectors on me. They trying to catch the homie. Condescending supporters holler, they praying for me. OB say they baloney and acting mega phony. So what I'm supposed to do? Let the shit slide. Although I'm privy, act oblivious and let it ride. Rats and roaches on my post, they trying to get inside. Alaroya and the Google is my pesticide. Spray them down, the elements compound. These weapons don't make a sound, but protection is all around. Direct the ground with my feet to the elite scowls and clowns. No folly, put collie on Mr. Charlie. That means the whole posse from snitches to federales. My team, the opposite breed, the most dominant seed on a mission to be the most prominent and in position. You kidding? I love this life I lead. Listen up. This is the code of the clock. So airtight, never to tear off. Never. Allegiance pledge, never to wear off. Pay the cost for power. Their power is their loss. Stay lost, baby. This is the code of the clock. So airtight, never to tear off. Allegiance pledge, never to wear off. Pay the cost for power. Their power is their loss. Listen. Get your name up, not your fame up. Eyes go follow your rise, just never change up. Keep your day ones close, so when the pain cut deep, they relate and appreciate you came up. Reserve your words for who prefers the poetry. Blood's the glue that ensures superb loyalty. And once you spill it with your family, then it's official. Any issues, you can let the forces blow the whistle. Husbands, wives, and friends outside of the oath loathe the bond and want it to end. Smiles and grins cloak the jealousy that lies within. Still, it's our duty to help our people to win. So what's your motivation? What you in it for? I see respectable men become minotaurs. Magic charm, perversion, code, conspirator, spirit, clicking spells, working with everybody, looking it's real. This is the code of the clock. So airtight, never to tear off. Never. Allegiance pledge, never to wear off. Pay the cost for power. Their power is their loss. Stay lost, baby. This is the code of the clock. So airtight, never to tear off. Allegiance pledge, never to wear off. Pay the cost for power. Their power is their loss. Watching that tangerine climb up that purple sky. Fully go it's meant for you and I. Nature's the limitation, how far you wanna fly. Chart the destination, I make it come alive. Watching that tangerine climb up that purple sky. Fully go it's meant for you and I. Nature's the limitation, how far you wanna fly. Chart the destination, I make it come alive. Give you a peek into the mud cloth. Probably the realest you ever gon' come cross. Some floss, all for the fact they pack. Some cost, some is free. Apparently we in the class they asses wanna be in and win at a frequency only dreamt about. Wishes are written out. Akumalu, I sent them out. Shit, you just getting up, all homie, I've been about. Pondering big kill, y'all squandering big skrill. Every thought I entertain, gain range is 10 mil. From the onset, deals in the gauntlet, appealing the spirit supply. Whoever truly wants that, bet, make it then. Potions, I'ma take it in. Throw it up, back of the motherboard, create it then. This is good lace, top of the hill. Full bada, stunting with my gators on chill. Feel like my grill is iridescent. I bring the inner blessings manifesting into reality with a couple sections. And my mouth is shut, reaching out to the ones who know the truth. I clutch, it's a small crew, the number is few. Don't need much, raining down as I cut through the clouds, the sun shining. Only meant for the ones who keep climbing up, keep finding what I left behind. Dust, I work it, bruh, I'm perfect, plus I deserve it. Watching that tangerine climb up that purple sky. It's meant for you and I. Nature's the limitation, how far you wanna fly. Chart the destination, I make it come alive. Watching that tangerine climb up that purple sky. It's meant for you and I. Nature's the limitation, how far you wanna fly. Chart the destination, I make it come alive.
Conventional thinking says businesses can't get ready to deploy nationwide 5G today.
I want the world.
But T-Mobile offers the largest, fastest 5G network in America with nearly 4 times the 5G coverage of Verizon.
Mare Baba mi eshu moki eshu legba papa wora ona ni bode legba tu kamashe elegba tu hain on dada colori enjo la roye moki baba mi eshu elegba moki shango ni bode oya oba posto oloju orogbo Olojuina, Oba, Moso, Olufira, Oba heavy oso. Arara oba shango.
Baba Tahir, last name RBG. For the next 20 years, they gon' follow me. Way too humble at times, biters be banking on it. Now I'm thinking on it when I cut on the beat. And the verse starts spilling like a booster ever. I used to set off the cipher, now the hype is the street. Praying I would give it up. Yeah, I'm hip to your wishes. Hatred's a sickness, and I can detect it without speech, hater. More flavors than some now laters. Small country town invader, profound, powerful innovator. Stay on the road like a Winnebago racing at Talladega. I major alley traders like a skater would. How I'm doing, I'ma say I'm good. Even if I wasn't, I'd never admit it. I'm seasoned and gifted and black. Every rap got apps getting you lifted. Classic flowetry, picturesque with it, so vivid, homie, you know it's me. Who else sound like liquid gold and killing shows, repping for the indigos? Priests, priestesses, and practitioners. Marathon finishers, jealous heart diminishes. You think I'm braggadocious with it cause you bogus. Get it only when it's given to you cause it ain't living through you. The only jewels that I'ma drop this verse. You won't stop treating me like I'm worthless. Before my daughters start reaching out in their purses. Daddy Hood start conjuring up them curses. Made a pact airtight, the night nurses fight hard on my regard in all circuits. Bruh, you don't know that life. Reading, switching up your goals, you don't know that strife. Said the devil bought my soul, you don't know that price. And the antidote you know for how I flow that nice. Facts, blow away tracks like throwaway cats. Look how they react off these rhymes I spat. Took them down bad, now they try to sign with Jack. Like that's a cure for why they sound so whack. Y'all delusional, the most beautiful. Grandmama say I'm the most dutiful. Water change, candle lit, problems they gon' handle it. Critically analyze it, dismantle it. Put it to the beat in the streets, gon' start jamming it. Dancing with the E, I mean, yep, we gon' sandwich it. Flirting with the guy that's so hard, it got scandalous. Let them get a touch of my style, they start cramping it. Soon as jokers thinking it's over, I start ramping it. But it must be on that dust, panic packing it. I'm stepping through clean, about to lie, immaculate. RBG culture report, approved stamping it. My motorcade lead the parade, they wanna dampen it. Buzzword rappers and actors, we gon' challenge it, damage it. Make new fabric without the savages. Mind power music to tech, he gon' manage it. Resurrecting Vanguard tech, we gon' package it. Antiquated ways of these days, we gon' banish it. Proper protocols and laws, we gon' establish it. Ha! I say proper protocols and laws, we gon' establish it. Yeah, Tahir RBG, Repat Nation is a situation. RBG for life. It's a lifestyle, baby. Yeah.
Yo, Wagwan, man. How goes? Hey, yo, what's good, son? Peace to God. Yo, can no spot crazy right now. Yo, word is on, bro. I can't believe this shit. My word. I don't get it easy, anybody? Tell them something, Lord.
Raise your hand, son, if you think America tell the truth. Exactly true. Be buried deep sea lie when the road is says good for the people and not good for the youth. You've been a bamboozler since Methuselah, and that's the truth. You use your whips and chains, missiles and gun, poison all the food, mentally suppress everyone. So I will lose in the choosing. Even Lauren lost one. Tresecki lost the egg, and now it's just a second side. So stay thirsty, potion thirst, devil serve me. Red rum on the rocks, prefer drinking Jersey. Basking in the chip, magnificence of Cincy. Traffic put the band on the cocaine, let run free. All the voices hiding light from the breeze. All the voice perception, Jesus told some quickly. That man should be hung from the sycamore tree. But bring the slices all over the body. Oh well, yo, what we need to do is go eat some of the drug dealer boy the food scene. Go see a drug dealer, tell your kid got ADD. Attention deficit disease has been made up to me. Side effect may cause headache, fever, leaky discharge. So when you take pill from grip, no straight for this type of shitting system. So no good soul pill, make me more fake it. The gunman, cause I can't get pill.
Lord, let me cut this track here for a sec. Watch the ill shit connect, Power will, Andy up the spirit, killing threat. Don't take that disrespect, no room for the dissent, Fire Irie, Diary, Shazam, Pony Set, with the Nubian Connect, Brown Bear, Pony check. Vody all opponents, we running around the deck MCs with the definite. Spasmatic with Versace walls, bring peace to the beast, boom, we direct X. Step in and cut the check, we want Wazaza, you can step. You jerking me, I bust that off, now you can bet. Wolverine slash metal, supernatural ghetto, sopranos, beating weak guitars and sass keys and pianos. I'm a jazz player. Rhythm blues, rhyme sayer, the loneliest monk, howling wolf, crusader, stripped of everything and came back up like elevators, innovators, art creators, hated by imitators, outdaters, indated, indoctrinated with hatred, caught up in the basics, mad pants sag, gotta explain to the youth, don't do that, it's for the fags and you giving them oof, wagwan with a ting in mind, pure fuckery where we live, hard to keep it away from the kids, strive hard and give them something to do, or your man's homie summer end up bodying you, and this is true facts.
Yeah, like the bull bush was built so time ago. Go outside and kick the actual factual. Then earth his ass. America, nigga, our government. Real shit, nigga. You understand?
Redirect energies. Kentucky got a qualm. Wagwan to Nubian. Yeah, man. So let's slide about this piece and slide like this. You know what I mean? On the Indian. Watch it here. Original down Wagwan thing.
Blood clots. Blood clot after party, blood clot, black power, retributionary, blood clots.
Hey, it's party time, man. I'm still putting it up. It's still 4:20 to me. I ain't go to sleep yet. So, yeah, I just ate my little edible. Now I got my jaw.
They can have that. Y'all can have that 420 shit, okay? Y'all can have it. It's 421 because it's after 12 o'clock, and I'm bringing in the spirit of Lil Bobby Cutting.
Yes, sir.
So it's his born day today, you know. He was killed April the 6th, 1968, 2 days after the assassination of Dr. King. You see what I'm saying? So for the revolutionary fiends and fucking junkies out here, you know, maybe y'all could be sober for one day and honor Bobby Cutting. You understand? Because, you know, some of y'all make me sick. I'm going to just be honest. You know what I mean? I ain't going to stay on that too long. But just know, if you disrespecting your family members, look at me in my face. If you disrespecting your family members and saying that they ain't on the frequency and they ain't woke and they ain't conscious and all that shit about the holidays that they celebrating, and you venerating Adolf Hitler and blazing it up today, fuck you. Okay? Fuck you very much. Fuck you very much. Okay? So if they lost and they ain't with it and they don't understand what's going on and you ain't breaking it down to them, but you got all of the shit to say about their holidays and you blazing up today and you was 420 friendly today, fuck you. Okay? Because you a slave of a mental death and power today. Okay? So, in other news, welcome to the after show. Okay, when y'all see me, this is the hardcore correspondent. You understand? And we bringing in good vibe and ting. Okay, we bringing in good vibe and ting. You understand what I'm saying? But we ain't with the bullshit either. Okay?
Right.
You can honor, you know, the manifesto and the man who was born on yesterday. You know, they call that shit 420. Who the fuck gave you that 420? You know what I mean? I gave you the 421 today. So
yeah,
what's the 421?
And that's God. That's God right there.
You know what I'm saying? That's God right there.
It's God.
God
right
was
there.
born. God was born that day, on that day. You understand what I'm saying? So, what the bomber cloud? I see Mike Chambers in the joint. You understand? I see the God Milk in the joint. You understand what I'm saying? Doing their thing, doing their God thing. You understand?
Building with the people.
Course, you know, the great Desaline is up in here.
Salute.
DJ Godsticks.
Yeah, Godsticks. That's
DJ
right.
Godsticks in the building. You know,
he always in the building. Even when you don't see him, he in the building.
Even when you don't see him, he in the building. DJ Godsticks. You know what I'm saying? We love you in real life.
Truth.
Don't let these airwaves and all this shit, like the ones that we love y'all in real life. This airwave shit, fuck these airwaves and all this other stupid ass shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
If you love somebody, like the God was saying about machetes, if you love them right now. Love them right now. There's no book I ever read, Jay, and I read a bunch of books, Lord, that ever had me disrespect my family. Ever. I don't give a fuck what they was on. Unless it was harmful to black people. Okay? Right. If it was in that alphabet soup or they was doing some shit that was abusive to black people, then that's the only way they ever been an enemy to me. There's no book that I read by nobody that would ever let me come home and disrespect my family or their traditions. Period, point, fucking blank. So I don't know who y'all learning from and all that shit that got y'all combative with y'all family, where you could disrespect where you came from and still have your fucking head. I don't understand that. But I do. Because you love the devil, because the devil give you nothing.
Nothing.
Not a motherfucking thing. So, but it's all good though. It's all
You know
good.
what I'm saying?
Came in
man,
with the Nubian van, the kid text. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Look, I text him right away, like, yo, you on air right now.
Bomb clad, okay? You know what I'm saying?
Blood fire, burn the wicked.
Burn the wicked.
Yeah, man. Yo, they're quality artists, man. You're part of the Venture Squad. You know what I'm saying?
We're about to get into some more quality. But y'all was talking for a minute, you know what I'm saying? Y'all was talking
let's
for
get
a
it.
minute. So I'd come in here and interrupt the talking while I talk my shit at the same time, because you know I could go too.
Yeah. I heard it.
Fuck that. Some of this shit is self-evident. You know, I'm just some of the shit is self-evident.
Words, living letters, heed my scriptures, see my testament. I heard, so knowledge, wisdom first I represent. I serve the blurred with vision, giving betterment. No urge to splurge, I got nerve, I'm self-evident. Self-evident. No urge to splurge, I got nerve, self-evident. Self-evident. No urge to splurge, I got nerve, self-evident. Son of Chuck and Nina, born clock cleaner, 7-level seer, dirty devil beater, protector of the people like African spatial features. And my soul sees to reap peeps deeper. I said fuck the conference in Geneva. Them unjustice sit tight-lipped while America mistreat you. Them colonizers ain't said shit, so I'ma grab my wisdom, stick my pistol, grip and whip them idle creatures. Them hiding on Jekyll Island, smiling till we come wildin' out the speakers. Hood robbing, reserve spoken heard, birth by righteous receivers. Smoking herb might disturb them Paul Johns or Peters. Them fake feds facetious, and I ain't praying to a white Jesus. Cannot deceive us, we are not blind believers. I follow the viewer of a black heart Yahshua. I'm the deacon, speaking with the cure. So go and jada shaka sativa law.
All these truths to be self-evident.
Once you lose track of your heritage, you lose track of your divinity in this world.
I serve the blurred with vision, giving betterment. No urge to splurge, I got nerve, I'm self-evident. No urge to splurge, I got nerve, self-evident. I serve the blurred with vision, giving betterment. No urge to splurge, I got nerve, I'm self-evident. Self-evident. No urge to splurge, I got nerve, self-evident.
Listen,
Telekinetic beams from afar, G.O.D. Gumars, Dubar, stolen from a land of Atar, the Avatar, the King, the Ra, the Queen's the Jar, the body of Allah, the Jacob, Yah, Santiwa, Moors of Spain, shackle and chain, and whipped and hang, and murdered the brain, golden diamond shop at the arm, the art of war from niggas to guards, the ice, the paper, love you all, green of war, the sun on the star, possess the guards, the drinks and bars, the guns, the ooze, stars and all, to keep us in the American scene, nightmare help for them to dream, serve the fiend, chop the green, murder our team, bury our team, from the homes, getting rich, from the stool tone, they did this, the elders scared, and unprepared, none to wear their danger's here, time it down to clean the house, to clean the crib, sweep it out, I'm talking about it, the righteous route, to know that's hope, there will be no doubt, to teach the youth that they need our help, too many slain, the pain is felt, and we shall overrun the devil, the hash, the mind, the level, the rebel, cause we are the one we're waiting for, level the Christ, whatever we are,
living in, see my scriptures, see my testament, I heard the herd, so knowledge, wisdom, first I represent, I serve the bird with vision, giving betterment, no urge to splurge, I got nerve, I'm self-evident, 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 no urge to splurge, I got nerve, self-evident, 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 no urge to splurge, I got nerve, self-evident.
Proper leadership, proper inspiration, properly equipped, the black man is the greatest human fighting machine God ever created. If indeed God created it. I think the gods of Africa created it.
Self-evident. Shout out to Ken.
If you accept an image of God from another people, and that image looks like the other people and not like you, then you will forever be the spiritual prisoner of that other people. Dr. John Henry Clark, Death to the Negro.
They be like, yo, why you the pastor? Like, what's church in the field? Like, we black power, we trying to get out the church. Like, slow your ass down and listen, grown folks talk. I'm the pastor.
I used to sit and listen, got me scared to think I'm sinning. That's when the devil was in the ground, didn't know the true and living. With cool precision, preacher's voice pushed me to a limit. Never knew a chemist and missing books of Bible edits. Who get the credit? Message to the black man read it. So Pastor Green's the author of this black man's message, said it. Let the mountains tell it, we don't tell it on the mountain. My ancestors had a carving fetish. These crackers and they gay paintings of molested babies and angel feathers is more than suggestive. Popes and Vatican weapons, whole motion promotion to download guards is oppressive. Messenger bomb that distorts and confuses the senses. Welcome to the black church and what it's meant to be. The pastor reaches the people, that's what it meant to me. Grandma heard me break it down. She said I need to preach, introducing Pastor Green, no compromising, cracker free. Welcome to the black church and what it's meant to be. The pastor reaches the people, that's what it meant to me. Grandma heard me break it down. She said I need to preach, introducing Pastor Green, no compromising, cracker free. Pastors and teachers working in the church's service. Due to the evolution of the Negro preacher in this sermon. No cracker worship or making nuns out of our daughters. We honoring our ancestors through rituals and altars. I walk this world and live it though cautious in my desire. Reaching higher as the lies in my mind expire. Preaching fire from the ships protected by Amaya Oshun's sister while we survive the ride to the islands. Offer her fruit, fish and silver, a choice to gold and diamonds. Accepting guardian spirits, learn how to call and find them. So when I take you to church, remember and remind them. America where I live, but Africa's where you find him. Welcome to the black church and what it's meant to be. The pastor reaches the people, that's what it meant to me. Grandma heard me break it down. She said I need to preach, introducing Pastor Green, no compromising, cracker free. Welcome to the black church and what it's meant to be. The pastor reaches the people, that's what it meant to me. Grandma heard me break it down. She said I need to preach, introducing Pastor Green, no compromising, cracker free. Nobody questioned God's color till cracker defined race, skin jealous cause the carbon in mind keep me blacker than space wind. From the greatest to the lowest, I notice no more waiting. Crackers is all devil, coons is the footrest of Satan. Didu always kill it cause Didu make you feel it. Thorough in the spirit with them bars off the skillet. I ain't gotta tell nobody I'm African, I already did it. Sometimes I'm rhyming alkaline refined, but this is all acidic. Dumb and dumber done did it. Cracker grade grave, dig it. I'm the pastor cause of how my words engage spirits. Church in the field is my shield to you for the wicked. Black power versus always dismissing your crucifixion. Welcome to the black church and what it's meant to be. The pastor reaches the people, that's what it meant to me. Grandma heard me break it down. She said I need to preach. Introducing Pastor Green, no compromising, cracker free.
The assault against African-centeredness is increasing in size and magnitude. There's a lot of fear in our community. There's a lot of need to be validated and loved by enemies in our community. There's a lot of need to run from who you are because it is something that you despise. Self-hatred and menticide are deep, and it seems like they're growing deeper. But what I see in front of me tells me that it's not victorious. If there's one person sitting here, then that means that we haven't lost. We have a lot of work to do, and we need to focus our attention on our children because they're the ones who are the primary targets right now on this issue and every other issue of insanity that turns us into somebody who we are not. If we're going to win, we have to produce warriors.
Initiated, student of the EWA, so baptized by the warrior teachers. I'm training, learning how to shoot the gauge while you burning sage, playing video games. This message here is for the RBG brigade. Shed blood, bring peace, that's the warrior's way. Libation is the blood, sweat and tears. Ibaye, Hashe, I'm bringing death to the quiz. I wanna live, so I die for the kids. Back smack gangsters coming home from bids. Free your dome, you're only hard to kill your own. A straight race traitor, the white man's clone. Marita man, I'ma continue to plan. Choke the life out of a cracker with my bare hands. That's my word, my deed and my thought. From sun up to sundown, true warriors fought.
This needs to be emulated everywhere we are at. Those people who are calling themselves warriors, well, the root word of warrior is war. And either you're playing games and trying to be a fake thug, or you really are about the business of protecting your community because you realize that we are at war. And you act like we are at war, not like we are at peace.
Firm handshake, look a brother in the eye so I can tell if he fake. I can see through the disguise if he got a forked tongue, speaking disrespectful lies. Asata Baba Baruti, respect him cause he wise. Dropping wisdom on the pages, so stand up and be courageous. Our enemies engaging with grenades and shotty gauges, with machetes, with the razors, with the stick or with the stone, or bare knuckles to their faces. Got a hatred for the races, Uncle Times are for the traitors. Won't forget about the lynchings, how they fed us to the gators. Real gangsters protect their neighbors, won't betray us for some paper. Our secrets keep it sacred, our legacy's the greatest. Stay the greatest cause they hate us, they some haters. I drop it like an anchor with the hopes that it'll change us. The artificial flavors, you wanna be a player while they hanging. So which team you playing for, the underdog or for the face?
Warriors are supposed to be about the business of defending those people in their community. They're supposed to be about the business of
Yes. I love it. That's how you party. That's how you party. I don't know what y'all be partying to, but around here, this is what we party to. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
This tie here RBG, repatriation the situation. I just want to let y'all know I hear all that shit y'all talking. You know in your heart of hearts you can't fuck with this. You knows that. Why I'm tripping, y'all knows that. Let's start talking, let's get into it. Whoa, hold up, what they talking about? I hear you. Matter of fact, fuck all that they talking about. Fuck all that yakety yak, wanna run they mouth. Machete clappity clap, oh goon run them out. Crossbow, show say arrow, hunt them down. Babaloo, why you clean off, it ain't nothing now. 30,000 in the air, my phone still on. Writing rhymes, earphones, with the kill on. Get the skill on, little homie, the real on. EI's getting the chill on, watch him to get my mill on. Take a stand in the wreck, get my build on you. You disrespect the whole set and get your still on. My Duke where if you can't, get your bill on. Debit card swipe up performance is getting tighter. I'm older and plus I'm not to the motion it I sip on. Most of y'all skip the protocol. Trip on phones is a slip, bust your head. Train of thought wreck, you dead, didn't do what your we goon said. Now it's cold red, skeptics is begging to get my hill on. Back like like I never left. Proper like a sweater vest. I'm the ancestors' favorite rapper, Megadeth. That's true. No guitars though, just a hard flow. That's true. Nicest priest on these beats as far as bars go. A Joshua Eli's on my chest, far as scars go. Stars go, the far go, stand and rock for photo ops. Bypass their own hood like they don't know the block. Faking culture shots like they forgot them struggles. All befuddled when that muzzle blast cats be like suffering succotash beats, concrete, street with sophistication. Repack nation, we deep, baby. Plus RBG certified, fly like the butter with the golden box cutter. Hello, yeah. She's so flirtatious, smile like the Nile, her booty so outrageous. Classic yet refreshing, just to know you is a blessing. Peach snaps in the flukes, here's a toast to patience. Oh yeah, a closed mouth don't get fed. She came to bed and woke up with your moja on her head. I just wanna see the fam blossom. Inhibitions, I lost them, I'm feeling awesome. My shit. Oh man, Sundiata, I told you they weren't fucking with me, car.
You need to ask yourself that. Why do you eat food? You need to ask yourself, what is food? Because we got consumables, as acidic, dry, whatever you want to call it, and then we got alkaline, wet, real food. We got fake food and we got real food. Now, you growing up in this world, I don't know how old you is. If you my age, you 20, you 28, 29, we is the last ones to know what real is. These jits don't know what real is because they being raised on the fake. So they put the germ in the seed. Roundup ready. They put the germ in the seed. They got fake seeds. So I'm telling you, this is war. Yeah. This is fucking war. You got to learn the real, and you got to decipher from the fake because it's getting hard to tell. And that's my message.
Did you hear that? Did you hear the message?
We are at war. I don't think there's any other way to begin this or to say it. We are at war. We're in a physical war of attrition, which for some people, it may appear that we are losing, but I measure it based upon how far I've moved away from being European. The slave's wisdom is in the master's head. When deeds speak, words are meaningless. If they come and get your men at night, they'll be back in the morning for your women. Proverbs are people's wisdom. But when you teach children in Proverbs, then you are cultivating their ability to think. We have to stop sometimes. Someone will say a proverb to us, and we have to stop and think about what it means. And then what it means in terms of the context of whatever they're talking to us in. Because Proverbs work your brain. Proverbs make you think. Imagine what we would have in our communities if every other sentence, every other discussion we had, we presented our children with a proverb relative to that. What kind of firepower we would have in the minds of our children. We wouldn't have a situation like we have now where we moved from miseducation where they're given the wrong information to diseducation where they don't want to have to think because it's work. Proverbs shows you how intelligent you are. It gives you the wisdom of your ancestors. I wanted to go through a list of what it is to be a man, or what manhood is supposed to be about already. So for me, manhood involves at least 5 major components. You have educator, leader, provider, protector, and respecter of women. In our home, politics is simple. Politics don't have to be big. They should really be simple things. For Indiana, no Euros, no homos, no Negroes. Remember one word for me. It's a very important word in our house. John Henry Clark talked about how the Romans, when they wanted to conquer Kemet, they would greet each other every day. Greetings, fellow Roman. Egypt must die fall. Greetings, fellow Roman. Egypt must fall. And this was an affirmation they said to each other day in and day out until they did it. We must say something along those lines. How you say and what you say, that's up to you, but we need to incorporate that into our conversation. We say a BB for Hodier. Can you say that with me? A BB for Hodier. A BB for Hodier. That's tree for African liberation. A BB for Hodier. We say that when we greet each other in the morning. We say that when we walk out the door. We say that when we're going to bed. We say that whenever anyone sneezes. A BB for Hodier. A BB for Hodier. A BB for Hodier. A BB for Hodier.
Yeah. Preach. This that black church pastor about to make you get up. Got the devil by his neck. Pastor ain't about to let up. Hey doctor, the plan to keep you sick in the mind is set up. That's why my flow surgical and every bar is a checkup. To fix you, learn to breathe, love to read the fundamentals. Next, learn to fight, start eating right, the essentials. Patience, meditation, calm the noise, increase the mental. These racists ain't playing, they try to defeat you on every level. They said without money you won't hear what I'm trying to tell you. Well, this ain't about dollars and I ain't got nothing to sell you. But before they used to sell you, they did more than they tell you. They hailed you. You took them as students, shared secrets and they failed you. Slit your throat with the hopes of confiscating heirlooms. You thought he was a man, the moon showed you he's a werewolf. Now you trained a rabid dog too vicious to befriend you. Don't want him back in his cave, put him down in a kennel. United we stand, 50 shots back was the start of this. Black Power man who rap siphon, complete captivated audience. The moon was revenge, dug up dirt to place the coffin in. Only built for killers, warlords, cutthroats is the war within. Now it's my turn, at the pulpit with a sword for them. I'm fighting off the devils, angels, agents, and his sorcerers. Ain't no mega structure to take a black man and soften him. Church in the field, and it's time to collect the offering. Today we raise dollars to protect all of our scholars. Help out single mamas, cause they taking out the robbers. Invest in black farmers, build a school, no loans for college. Keep the cash in the hood, even though they might try to bomb it. When you man up, you an inherent threat to the moral standard of this poisonous coward, cracker, cobra commander. That don't make me G.I. Joe, I'm a soldier like a panther. My flow of words is a workout, you don't stretch your jaws, a cramp up. Congregation focus on freedom and conversation. Adopted tactics from black churches before integration. Now we put faith in Creflo Dollar reputations. Guess he's closer to heaven on that jet on vacation. Preach, pastor, preach, no escape for this caveman. Next chapter we gon' have to deal with this gay man. Damn it, he's sweeter than the batter you pour in a cake pan. Church in the field, Pastor Green, my sermon saved man. United we stand, 50 shots back was the start of this. Black Power man who rap siphon, complete captivated audience. The moon was revenge, dug up dirt to place the coffin in. Only built for killers, warlords, cutthroats is the war within. Now it's my turn, at the pulpit with a sword for them. I'm fighting off the devils, angels, agents, and his sorcerers. Ain't no mega structure to take a black man and soften him. Church in the field, and it's time to collect the offering.
Lord God, fuck anything good. Why them deep? Why them deep? None of that. Say something. Say I'm blood clot. Yes, sir. Sweet, say.
Never done that. Siwa. Perfect time, sharp reasonably slice shit up like a diamond. Straight through the glass. Match the rude boy talk while guns blast. Thanks to X on them, redirect the next on them. Potent with lyrics so these who have to flex on them. Bless me anyhow, every style off the top. As long as I can move the crowd, me I can beat up the bass and drums. The super duper rhythm sound, that's where we get it from. Yeah, red, black, and green, but baby, I'm a Gideon's. Gold in between the same color as the sun. Rest in peace to the homie Taj Mahal. Baba Peter Tosh, you know the fire up your body. Touching off the smoke, high grade, full up the lungs. Puff it by the pound and breathe it by the ton. Soon you're ready for clean up your heart and come. Texas little Lanchi, tell them that. Ghetto youth listening by the subway. Never go astray, stay conscious, find a better way. Put the gun down, pick it up for the
triple K. Guns for birds first, at the KKK runs birds, at the curse first, would have been the hers, yes. For the ancestors, yes. Send them back to the gases, blow ashes. Heat flaming out the masses, system crashes. UFO subwoofer thump off the classics. Friend on the air, punching like a champ. Made for the jeeps and the trucks with your man. Wild for the night, bust around hype. With a spliff like a star, rampage for the right. Lord of mercy, don't have me flat mode, just squad. I'm rod digger, rock marshy, hardy, God, qualm. With the super duper rhythms down there, where we get that from? We're red, black, and green, prepare for Armageddon. Rolling between the same color as the sun. Rest in peace to the army, Taj one. Baba Peter touching the fire, happy man. Catching up the smoke, highway full up the lungs. Puffing by the pound and bleeding by the ton. Now, who got the pull like a horse in a carriage? Quick to turn the party out like uncle with a marriage. Quick to turn your freak out the ball so the Willy Bubbles in the air and also just the digital underground. Don't the roughness, poetically inclined to feed your mind and make it wind up. Stunt stylistic, northern playalistic. Anywhere we run is all fun. So we have to beat up the bass and drum. With the super duper rhythms down there where we get that from. The red, black, and green, prepare. Armageddon, rolling between the same color as the sun. Rest in peace to the army, Taj one. Baba Peter touching the fire, happy bud. Touching up the smoke, highway full up the lungs. Puffing by the pound and bleeding by the ton.
And you're just fucking I know boy, and I know boy, and I know boy, and I know.
Shout out to him. Blah, blah, blah. Snaggletooth, Nubian Bear. They're my God brothers right there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nick Nines. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I love that. I love that. I love to see them do their thing. And when you see it live, ooh, man, it's something to behold. Something to behold. Yeah, man. I love the selection of Muse Think, man. The Muse Think, you mean it don't leave no break. It don't leave no maybe ain't no maybe. You know exactly what is going on. And I support the sounds coming to your eardrum 165%. You understand what I'm saying? What do you say? I am supportive of this message. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know my politics? That's my politics right there. You mean you didn't heard what my politics were in the Muse thing, man. Man, it's been a long day. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. That's mine right there.
That's his right there. You know who that is? You don't know who that is? You better find out right now.
That's mine.
You know what I'm saying?
That's mine. That's mine right there. You know what I'm saying? That's me. That's my politics right there. Okay.
Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Hey, man, I got to say this. Listen, if you ain't part of the situation that is pushing the solution, and you part of the problem that's oppressing the people. That's it. You know what I mean? And don't try to force, you know what I mean, brothers and sisters, because they go both ways. Brothers and sisters who on something for the liberation of the folk, to be on something for the comfort of their home. You know what I mean?
Knowledge born. What's the science, baby?
Yeah. You gotta be on it, man. You gotta be on it. If he on it, you on it. If she on it, you on it. Because if not, and what they say, if your man ain't on it as a revolutionary, they're gonna force you to be a slave. Make up your mind. Make up your mind. You know what I'm saying? And then run with it. Don't be scared. Run with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how you get to do. If you want to be on the other squad, go run with the other squad. Just know when I'm shooting at the devil, I'm popping
the fucking demons. And if you work with the devil, you the demon. That's it. But you know, it's party.
It's party time. Oh, it's party time. Have a party. Shout out to Tracy Lee, man.
Tracy Lee was on it, man. Y'all missed that Tracy Lee album. You missed it.
You know,
he's stupid nice and on it.
18 years ago, yesterday, the Pretty Tony album came out.
Word? That was 18 years ago?
18 fucking years ago.
Wow. I was like,
yes, 18 years ago.
Yo, Pretty Tony. Stick yourself, Pretty Tony. Ooh. Hey, yo. The sun is getting hotter, which means your molecules is moving a little faster, which means you're going to get darker and that melanin is going to be popping. You know what I'm saying? That's what they scared of.
Burn their blood, but clot fierce.
Hell no.
Yeah, let's go. United Front. Tahir RBG. Yeah. Let's go. I can't shake it loose. This the hate that hate produced. I'm here to break the noose and fight the devil. Ain't no truce. Raise it another level. Shame the devil. Say the truth. And look him in his eye when the enemy's facing you. I can't shake it loose. This the hate that hate produced. I'm here to break the noose and fight the devil. Ain't no truce. Raise it another level. Shame the devil. Say the truth. And look him in his eye when the enemy's facing you. You peak, pale skin beast. I hate your red, white, and blue. And Ku Klux Klan sheets. I hate your president, your senate, and your campaign speech. I hate the British and the Romans and the goddamn Greeks. It's no peace, yeah. Moral persuasion doesn't work with Caucasians. You speak this language through violence with guns blazing. So what I'm saying, negotiating with Satan, it's the waste of time. You out your African mind. Gonna make these devils pay for every single crime ever committed. Cracker, you did it, now it's time to die. I sprayed a ratchet, I blatted, no moving backwards. I'm sending bullets at crackers and all faggots. Forward is the motion. Killing devils on different levels, concocting potions to stop them from encroaching on our way of life. I got a knife to slit his throat quick. Get my people hyped, cause what I write is always dopeness. Focus. I can't shake it loose. This the hate that hate produced. I'm here to break the noose and fight the devil. Ain't no truce. Raise it another level. Shame the devil. Say the truth. And look him in his eye when the enemy's facing you. I can't shake it loose. This the hate that hate produced.
This the hate you
I'm
made.
here to break the noose and fight the devil. Ain't no truth. Raise it another level. Shame the devil. Say the truth. And look him in his eye when the enemy's facing you.
Take a step in my lane. I'm projecting the pain. Visions and pictures in my veins of us tortured and slain. So many sons and daughters slaughtered, some known on the name. Bringing my eye to the situation is why I came. I shake every pet nation, gon' exterminate. Marcus Garvey, Mugabe, politic, run them all away. KPI type methodology, how the gods slay. Try life and I don't play. Kill these crackers in broad day. Enter the scene, got them clean and watch me swerve at it. Big juju in my pocket, I ain't worried about it. That goes for grown-ups to babies. Salute my Baba Khalid, Muhammad, we solid. I call for violence, is very valid. Yeah, murder these devils, it's divine order. We opposites, I reject them mixing like oil and water. Africa for Africans, representing them words strong. I say shut them borders down and let us get a purge on.
I can't shake it loose. This the hate that hate produced. I'm here to break the noose and fight the devil. Ain't no truce. Raise it another level. Shame the devil. Say the truth. And look him in his eye when the enemy's facing you. I can't shake it loose. This the hate that hate produced. I'm here to break the noose and fight the devil. Ain't no truce. Raise it another level. Shame the devil. Say the truth. And look him in his eye when the enemy's facing you.
This ain't no kumbaya vibe. My yasa is a war track.
That's my war cry, double H famine, it's wartime. Devils want it all, what's peaceful coexistence? Anti-separation, he's violently resistant. Coupe tech, bullet high, hit the deck when bullets fly. The devil won't change and needs to be euthanized. The stupidness, foolish minds you will get, use your blind. Suicide, trusting this cracker is suicide. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, you know the play. That peace talk is juvenile, it really don't hold no weight. Fighting hate with love sounds great in theory, but never ever ever work in history. Name one place that this cracker went. Name one place that this cracker left alone. I bet that they was war prone. Keep a piece in your wardrobe and know the world's a war zone. I can't shake it loose, this the hate that hate produced. I'm here to break the noose and fight the devil, ain't no truce. Raise it another level, shame the devil, say the truth. And look him in his eye when the enemy's facing you. I can't shake it loose, this the hate that hate produced. I'm here to break the noose and fight the devil, ain't no truce. Raise it another level, shame the devil, say the truth. And look him in his eye when the enemy's facing you.
Right. You know what we do around here. We don't sit there. Righteousness is hard. But when it's time to go down and get dirty, we get dirty. Gorilla. Awesome. Yeah. Salute! There's a lead!
Come on, big dog. Warlord, yes, I beat up on demons. Prepping for war for like 16 seasons. 3 rounds, but the first he retreated. He talking wars like my hands ain't cruising. Big guns, but that boy don't need them. Terrorize his team till he leave it. Decapitate, pop, give me a reason. Give me a reason, ain't talking real crazy, like they violent. I stay solid, been locked in the silence. I'ma beat that boy till he start crying. Got torture tats, it gon' feel like he dying. Dumb knuckles, boy, I ain't lying. Give him the money, gotta make sure he works. Understand, all my words don't gas me up, cause that shit get you cursed. I still love war, that's what I yearn. Put my hands on, that's the way that they learn. Strike, squeeze, that's the way that they squirm. Take a beat and then I bend it. Monster eating blood and it's dripping. Wipe my mouth, the attack till they listen. Possessed by power, addicted to winning. Can't fuck with no goof. Tight with the words and the shit's never loose. Big dogs can't fuck with no truce. K9s will take up your I don't see no competition. Yeah, I'm from up top, I stay spinning. Me, I ain't good with attention, but they know I got all the tools to be trending.
Bust shot at the devil. Pop, 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 pop them demons. Bust on. Bust shot at the devil. Pop, 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 pop them demons. Bust shot at the devil. Pop, 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 pop them demons. Bust shot at the devil. Pop, 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 pop them demons. Free fall, activate, liberate, achieving. I vibe so high, shit, I'm way above them heathens. Plus, that reaper season, about to be the reason. You believe in the world we've been freeing. We bitten and bleeding, lusting and greasing, tripping over season, wasting semen. Fuck you so good, now you begging and bleeding for them to take your freedom. We fight for life, take black, what they thieving. Bust shot at the devil. Pop, 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 pop them demons. Bust shot at the devil. Pop, 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 pop them demons. Bust shot at the devil. Pop, 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 pop them demons. Bust shot at the devil. Pop, 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 pop them demons. Black liberation, advance and development. Blade. Loose in the club, slicing demons. For the hell of it, take what we invent and represent malevolent. Hell no, we won't go. Sliding slippery slope down that double old town pole. Popping pills just to cope. Doing dope like it's dope. Take your life, crush your hopes. Step back, I got him in my scopes. Got him in my scope. Bust shot at the devil. Pop, 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 pop them demons. Bust shot at the devil. Pop, 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 pop them demons. Bust shot at the devil.
I ask you guys, who is United Front? What is the Vanguard? What is the Asafo Gang? Mayasa family?
I'll start with what is United Front. Well, United Front really started out as a concept and as a vision. Myself as being politically active after listening to a speech by Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, peace be upon him. In the speech, he spoke about Africans needing a black united front. And he also spoke about if you are a rapper, you should be a revolutionary rapper.
Run up in the spot, dumping in a Trump mask, making Africa great again with each gun blast. Devil try to weather the storm, but got your limbs broken. Should've checked the last forecast. Believe a slope too slippery for a skier, or a white water rafter when I'm after my freedom. Revolution would not be viral or televised either. Each verse is weaponized soldier, recognize the beacon. Came off the mothership and back on when I die. That's mama and mama earth. Ain't nothing coming out the sky. Why you apologize, crack ain't sorry, and I ain't worried. I ain't comfy, so that ain't for me. Yeah, you heard me. We got soldiers and supporters through these artificial borders, gun hoarders and unloaders. As an omen, the war within and the war without is happening simultaneously. God within and God around. Cats like to say that they've evolved, but you really don't want no problems cause you got soft. Versatile styles employ multiple streams for freedom. Cracker can't starve a god with multiple streams of income. You're sure to get multiple scream when she stream a real one. Cause I'm ill, like Kim Jong. Run up in the spot, dumping in the Trump mask, making Africa great again with each gun blast. Run up in the spot, dumping in the Trump mask, making Africa great again with each gun blast.
Living in the vibe, there's confliction in the mind. Confused between the needs to sit up and recline. Refuse to believe lies, but there's truth between the lines. And it's booth for me to find the natural in the design. Some things last as long as time, others are crafted. A man born a king sits at the throne, a bastard. When all the love is past tense, you didn't remove the mask yet. Eyes become unfamiliar, situations get peculiar, circles get tighter, friendships get lighter. I stop calling cowards pussy cause there's strength in the vagina. Protected by the vipers, no protection from their venom. The elected higher snipers don't mention when you elect them. The men in Senate, no reflection of my efforts. Those men's intentions to increase my brother's sentence. So I spit with no repentance, help increase my brother's lessons. When you're walking down the street, you see complexions or reflections. Run up in the spot, dumping with the Trump mask. Make America break within with each gun blast. Run up in the spot, dumping with the Trump mask. Make America break within with each gun blast.
Run up in the spot, dumping in the Trump mask, making Africa great again with each gun blast. Run up in the spot, dumping in the Trump mask, making Africa great again with each gun blast.
Everything, you know what it is. It's the Hardcorrespondent Podcast. I'm Son the Great. That is knowledgebornallah. And you've been getting your lessons and your blessings during and after at the party. Just how we party. I don't know what you do. You know what I'm saying? Just what we do. But I do have to get myself out of here, handle my business. Still got some more things to do because we always stay busy. You know what I mean? It's going to be busy until we win the war, until we all liberated. And if you don't understand that, you know what I'm saying? You couldn't stood on. Facts. You know what I mean? Facts. Hey, man, always a pleasure. Do the Knowledge Radio. You know what I mean? Can't wait to that anniversary, 7 years. You know what I mean? It's going to be dope. Make sure that y'all support the platform. And make sure you support this show. You know what it is. What do you say, $10,000? We need that. We need 100 people to give us $10,000. Let's get it popping. Let's get it popping. Watch what we do. Watch what we do. Man, that's it. I ain't got shit else to say. I've been talking all night.
Talk to him, Dr. Clark.
He called for the unity and the redemption of the African world.
Salute them honorable Marcus
We were
Garvey.
not ready to listen then.
They might not have been ready then.
There's wonder whether we are ready.
Ain't no doubt about it.
To listen.
We ready, baby.
Now.
Let's go. Yeah, yeah, yeah.